Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
Today is Laurel.
There it is. Champions, the Neshannock Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotty, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for 3. Good! He turns the game.
Look at throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Neshannock Township, it's WPIAL Softball. Here on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Today, the number 1 versus number 2 ranked teams in the WPIAL Class 2A as the Neshannock Lancers host the Laurel Spartans. Today's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com, on Game Changer, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you by Castle Asphalt, by Maley Chiropractic, by The Red Zone, by Pontius Insurance, by Medore Bonner Law, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health in Motion Physical Therapy, by the Crane Room Grill, by Toshiba Business Solutions, by Building Blocks Baseball, by Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by Something for Your Wall Photography, the Laurel Teachers Association, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. 6th time that these two teams have faced off against each other in the last 2 seasons. Neshannock coming in with an 8-0 record, Laurel at 8-1, their only blemish coming at home to the Lancers a little under a month ago. I'm James Dotson with Darren Steele alongside. 4 times they played last year, and when they played here at Neshannock, it was extra innings, 8-5 walk-off victory for Neshannock in that game. Each time that these two teams played, probably, Darren, the top 2 teams in the state in Class 2A. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a incredibly well-played game, and we're absolutely blessed to be here for it today.
Yeah, we really are, James. And, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. It's an overused term, but this is a team you're talking about last year. Laurel had 5 losses, 4 of which came to Neshannock, and 1 at the incredible arm of Peyton List down at Beaver, who's now playing at Vautech as a starter and full ride there. So these are the 2 best. I mean, you don't get any better in the area. You're going to see some good teams. I got to see Greensburg Central Catholic play last week for a few innings. They're a very good club, but it just doesn't match up to these 2. So you are seeing the preeminent 2 programs here. It's great to be here, and it just doesn't get any better in top-notch talent, top-notch coaching as these 2 squads.
It is with Coach Jackie Lash of Neshannock, the defending WPIAL and state champions. On the other side, Coach Frank Duddy for the Laurel Spartans. They're meeting at home plate right now, getting ready, exchanging the lineups and getting ready for today's game. And you mentioned that Beaver team. They were looking to do what had never been done before, a school to get back-to-back undefeated state championships. They won 21 in a row 2 years ago. They won 21 in a row last year, but they came up just that 1 game short with the loss in Happy Valley. So 42 straight wins. That's a number to keep your eye on because Neshannock right now on a 34-game win streak after being 26-0 last year and 8-0 to start this season.
Yeah, you look at all the stats, and we just talked about this in pregame warm-ups. I mean, Neshannock really has everything go for them. It's really on Laurel today to try to pull that upset. I mean, you talk about getting a monkey off your back, whatever analogy you want to use. And I feel like 2 different warm-ups today. Neshannock, I could hear them warming up in the parking lot. They were into it. They're boisterous. They're loud. Laurel has been laser-focused all for the last 45 minutes, nothing hardly being said. I saw them pull off to the side. They pulled the entire team out of the dugout, had a ring, there formed, and they had a meeting. So I think Laurel has to feel the pressure tonight. If they can get by Neshannock, well, then all kinds of things open up for them. But if Neshannock continues to do what they've done, win close games, win exciting contests between these two, then the Lancers still really kind of own the stock, as they say.
Neshannock number 1, Laurel number 2 in terms of the Trib Live High School Sports Network rankings for Class 2A. Sarah Catholic at 3, Darren mentioned Greensburg Central Catholic at 4, and Charleroi down at number 5. They just had their first loss of the year earlier this week. And one of the other interesting ones to look at is the power rankings, which the Trib Live does. They just updated that today. So the power rankings are, throw out the classifications, how would you rank all of the teams? Avonworth was ranked number 1. That's significant because Neshannock, in the battle of the defending state champions, Neshannock took it to them 9-2 here at home on Wednesday as a great lead up to what is going to be another great game against Laurel. So also flexing their muscles in the higher classifications.
Well, it's funny that I swear, and it's still, I think our broadcast partner and colleague Bob Greenberg would kind of agree. It seems like sometimes District 10, District 9, Lawrence County, Mercer County kind of always get pushed to the side. It's always WPIAL. The closer to the city you are, the more favored you are. And, I mean, how many years now have we had representation? And the Union Scotties just brought a state championship home, folks, for Lawrence County.
Yes.
So this, to me, is where the best softball is right now in the western part of the state, and if not, maybe the entire state.
You mentioned the Union Scotties. They are also defending WPIAL champions in the softball diamond as well, and they're off to a red-hot start. We'll talk about them a little bit over the course of this broadcast as we get ready with Neshannock taking the field to get things underway. We'll take a look at then the starting batting lineup for Coach Frank Duddy's Laurel Spartans. There it is there with 3 freshmen in this starting lineup, and the leadoff shortstop Macy Lang getting it all started. The junior first baseman Addie Deal, junior pitcher Alden Boyd hitting third, the cleanup senior Grace Kissick. Abby Miles is the designated player hitting in the 5 spot. Grace Zeppelin hitting 6th. And then Hayden Seifert, Eva Kruth, and Ivy Pancher rounding out the starting 9. Alexis Brua in the flex and catching. So Lang, Deal, Boyd, Kissick, Miles, Zeppelin, Seifert, Kruth, and Pancher for the Laurel Spartans. Let's take a look at our defense. Your defensive alignment brought to you by the defense attorneys of Medore Bonner Law. Make sure you have the best defense behind you at Medore Bonner Law, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. And what you'll notice, the main change, well, the only change really from last year's squad, no longer have Nalia Nogue in center field. But yes, that is still Nogue. The freshman Jaden Nogue has stepped into her spot quite literally in center field. That's the only change to the starting lineup. And Addie Fry, the sophomore, who is still unbeaten in her varsity innings, 5-0 on the year, hardly an ERA, .62 on the year, 42 strikeouts and 4 walks for the sophomore in the circle. But only 3 strikeouts recorded against Laurel the first time these two teams played. So Laurel did a great job of putting the ball in play. They'll need to do that here again today. And the freshman Macy Lang leads it off. First pitch swinging for strike 1. Your time of the first pitch, 4:18. Your first pitch delivery brought to you by the delivery services of Penn, Ohio. Bottled water. Give them a call for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems, or get cases of water delivered right to your door.
Really looking at a matchup for this, too. Oh, and a nice hit.
Ground ball, but right to the pitcher. A 1-3 put out to retire Lang for the first out of the inning, first out of the game, and that'll bring Addie Deal to the plate.
A lot of times when we're swinging a bat like that, and I don't know, you talk about finishing a lot in other sports, and I don't think it's talked enough about in baseball or softball. That was a good swing, but just not all the way through. And because of that, you get a bouncer to the mound, and just don't check up on your swing. If you're going to swing through.
And with the wind blowing out, you have a good chance that anything in the air could be going the distance. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Addie Deal, hitting .436 on the season is Deal. Hitting in the 2 spot.
And Addie Fry has had tremendous success against this Laurel team over the years, James, has she not? Especially the last 2.
And only a sophomore, so 5-0 against Laurel in those 2 years.
Yeah.
And up 0-2 here against the junior. Addie Deal, love her open stance, barely has the front foot in the batter's box. As she gets ready for this 0-2 pitch, checks the swing as it drops down low. 1-2 now the count.
Great eye there. Great eye, yeah, interesting stance. It's got that right foot almost kicked all the way outside of the batter's box.
She was playing at Westminster last year. She literally did not have the heel down because her toe was on the one on the white line on the outside. She gets this one in play. A little rug burner to second base on the first from Giordano to Newman for the second out of the inning. So a couple of ground balls induced in the early going from Addie Fry.
Nice hustle on that. Sometimes you just swing on top of it. She got on top of it there and didn't get maybe but only 70% of that ball. And the result is just a little dribbler out to second base there. Well handled.
Autumn Boyd hitting third. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. So both pitchers hitting in the 3-hole here today. We'll talk more about Autumn in the circle, but she actually did not throw in the first game this year against Neshannock, which just shows, again, the pitching depth that Laurel has shown between Boyd, Addie Deal, and Grace Kissick, who's in the on-deck circle. They've all thrown well, and actually have a fourth pitcher in Riley Balcom, who also has a win in the circle on the season.
Boyd patient at the plate, a 381 hitter this year. And, you know, again, like you talked about, maybe Laurel trying to do something different. They're going to see Boyd for the first time this year, so Laurel, I feel, is like laser focused and ready to try anything to break this streak.
Swung on and missed. He makes the count 2-1 to Autumn Boyd.
Grabs her shoulder after swinging it. That was a hard swing by Boyd. Now that's the kind of swing you want to see all the way through. Just couldn't make contact. A great pitch.
It came out of her shoes on that 2-0 pitch.
Did.
2-1 swung on and missed, and Fry battling back to even the count at 2-2.
Fry painting that right corner to the plate, folks, very well. Ball's just coming over the inside of that corner just enough. Good pitches to swing at, just no contact yet.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Swung on and missed. First strikeout of the game, and Laurel is retired in order. We'll be back in a moment here on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Laurel 0, come starting 9, and it is a streak for the fourth year, third season. Jackie Lash. Erilyn Nogue, shortstop, will lead it off. Jaden Nogue, the center fielder, hitting second. Addie Fry, third. Hunter Newman in the cleanup spot, the first baseman. Gabby Quinn and Gabby Parad hitting fifth and sixth. Ali Giordano, Jaden Malaysia, and Kat Nativio rounding out the starting 9. Again, Erilyn and Jaden Nogue, Fry, Newman, Quinn, Parad, Giordano, Malaysia, and Nativio for the Neshannock Lancers batting lineup. And again, let's look at your defensive alignment, the best defense behind you with Medore Bonner Law. Visit them online, MedoreBonnerLaw.com, and find out how they can serve you. As we check out the defensive alignment for them, it is, as we mentioned, Autumn Boyd in the circle, a 2-0 record, no ERA on the season. Through 2 innings on Wednesday, had 4 strikeouts, and in that game, she and Addie Deal kind of shared the load there as well. So keeping the innings down, I think, is what's most impressive. Only 12 innings thrown by Boyd on the year, 12 1/3 for Deal, and 16 2/3 for Kissick.
Yeah, comes in with a fresh arm and a 1.08 whip there too, James. Numbers for stat geeks like I that will impress us. And, hey, Neshannock hasn't seen her yet, so could be a real good pitcher's duel today. We'll see what Boyd brings to the plate as she gets ready for her opening pitch of the day.
Yeah, has not allowed an earned run on the season. Only 1 earned run allowed all year, actually, by Laurel all season long.
Drew, trouble holding the pitch there.
And that one way up stairs. For Autumn Boyd, 22 strikeouts and 8 walks on the year.
Boyd might be just trying to shake off some nervous webs here.
And this one catches the outside corner, so count even at 1-1. And part of it, too, it is a turf infield here, all turf all around. And, you know, sometimes if you're not used to throwing on that turf, it takes a while to get back used to it.
Yeah, we didn't get to that. Not only do we have two of the preeminent programs in the entire state, one of the best fields in the entire state.
2-1 now the count, and about the only thing that's missing, won't be missing much longer, will it, Darren Steele?
No, we are excited to announce that we will be lighting this field from Musco Sports Lighting. They will make this field look fantastic, bringing colored lights and a fantastic Musco vision.
Swung on and missed from Erlen Nogue, makes the count 2-2, and you know that makes our producer Aaron Vigiano very excited too, because he's going to have a lot of fun dealing with those lights. He's giddy over here to our right.
Oh, I tell you, we'll work together well with him and get it all down to good cadence. Speaking of which, Boyd's struggling with that cadence.
And this one way outside, so the count runs full to Erlen Nogue, who I have to give a quick shout out here. I said I would during the first at bat with her and Jaden. Got to thank them for getting my inside of my car extremely soaked last night due to a little challenge going on in Neshannock High School with the seniors. Payoff pitch just misses outside. A leadoff walk drawn, the 8th walk issued to Nogue on the year. That'll bring Jaden Nogue to the plate, and to finish that thought, it was Jaden who accidentally attacked me, thinking that I was somebody else, the target of the senior challenge, the senior attack challenge with the water squirt guns. Erlen A was able to finally get her target, but it was with him in my car. So my car's still wet this morning, as squaring the bunt and pulling back was Jaden Nogue, and that's going to allow Erlen to get down to second base. She was off and running with the pitch nonetheless.
Well, and I was just going to say, I've actually, I have 18 years as a catcher, club ball at Penn State, and had fun with that. But Brula had been doing a fantastic job catching some pretty outside of the box pitches there from Boyd. That one got by her, though.
1-0, and again scoring a bunt. This one, a wild pitch, as it one goes all the way back to the screen. So stolen base, wild pitch, both balls getting back to the screen in the process.
And this is going to be a talk at the mound here, and it's about time, James. Just, you get in these games, you know what's at stake. These girls know who they're playing. You can tell the focus, and you can tell she is grimacing out there, and she knows that she is all over the place. Sometimes this is just where you need to calm them down. 30 seconds, and you're good. Had this same conversation in a game I coached last night with my pitcher. He just gets in his head a little bit too much. We corrected it, and he struck the next two guys out. Let's see what she can do after a meeting at the mound.
And at this point, too, you got to say, look, we can't worry about that run at third base now. There's a great chance she might score, but we can't let a big inning early against this Neshannock team.
No.
2-0, and again upstairs, so 3-0 it goes to the freshman Jaden Nogue, hitting .565, one of 4 players in the starting 9 who are hitting above 500 right now for Neshannock.
Yeah, sometimes a pitcher's got to pitch, James, but sometimes you got to encourage him to pick a different spot. She's gone to the left hand of the corner every pitch.
Squaring the bunt, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk drawn by Jaden Nogue. So Nogue's on the corners. Don Nogue, the third base coach, by the way. Jeff Schaefer coaching at first. Coach Jackie Lash, we'll call that old school style of the manager being in the dugout?
I'd say that. Jim Leland would certainly agree with you. Now we got a right-handed hitter here.
And it is Addie Fry, big stick, and she gets this one up in the air to left field. Wind is blowing out. Seifert going back, and she's going to run out of real estate. 3-run home run. That's the same way that Neshannock started the game at Laurel with an Addie Fry home run in the first. That one was a solo shot. This one a moon shot for a 3-run blast.
Well, again, Boyd brought it across the left corner of the plate. If you're watching, you pay attention, you look at the hitter, and you watch him paint that corner. She was sitting there waiting for it, and in came the prize, and she took it yard.
So the walks can hurt, and this one immediately coming back to hurt, as that is a 3-run home run, and we're going to get a pitching change right away. As you kind of said it, just things not looking perfect, and you even said it with the one swing. You saw her grab the shoulder, Darren, and she's stretching it out here. So they're going to go immediately to the bullpen. So we're going to have a Pontius Insurance pitching change. We'll step aside and get you the changes here in a moment. 3-0 Neshannock on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
So it'll be Grace Kissick who's going to go to the mound.
And Kissick already also has 12 and a half innings pitched for Laurel. A solid pitcher on her own right. You know, it's funny. I was gonna almost pick on Seaford a little bit there. I thought she got a late jump on that ball, but it didn't really matter because she could use the ladder. And she wasn't gonna get to that one. Yeah, but going back to Boyd there, that last series of pitches, she immediately grabbed her shoulder, dropped her bat, and then struck out the next pitch. So got to wonder if she got something going there with that shoulder. But James, it's like we talk about with sometimes a guard in basketball or a quarterback in football. They get in their own heads.
So first pitch now from Grace Kissick, and as you mentioned, she's got 16 innings pitched on the year.
Oh my, okay,
She threw 4 2/3 in relief the first time these two teams played and did not allow a run. So we'll see if Neshannock can open up the floodgates on her, as she pitched extremely well.
Do we have a lens crafter or eyeglass sponsor, James, that you may recommend me to? Because you're right, it does say 16, and that's twice tonight. I already might need glasses.
It's your first time out in a while. 2-0 the count to Hunter Newman. She holds off as it's 3 in a row that have been upstairs. So again, just a little bit of difficulty, maybe getting used to the fact that you are not throwing on dirt.
Well, we watched Kissick warm up in warm-up. She did throw a couple rounds with the catcher, so she's got to be ready.
4-pitch walk, though.
Wow.
So 3 walks and a 3-run home run to the first 4 batters of the game. By the way, 3 runs all earned on that 1 hit and 2 free passes from Autumn Boyd.
Well, and this is just not what you want to do right now, is be loading the bases. Now, here comes one of my favorite positions, Gabby Parod, hitting .458, 10 RBI, strides up to the plate with a runner in first.
And first pitch swinging, and we're going to get you for number 3 there, Mr. Darren Steele. You got the wrong Gabby. Gabby Parod is on deck.
Well,
Gabby Quinn.
Gabby Quinn. Yeah, it's a gaggle full of Gabbies out there.
I believe it is Gabby Quinn who is the bigger gabber of the two, from what we are told.
My mistake on the Gabbies there.
You're hardly the first to make that mistake. Inside corner, just missing inside, evens the count at 1-1. Quinn hitting at .480 on the year. By the way, that was the 4th home run of the season for Addie Fry to lead Neshannock.
Great eye by Quinn on that last week, because that was a nice pitch coming in.
And another one that just tails inside at the last second. Umpire not giving
an inch
anything on that inside corner.
No.
And I think both those are the right call. I mean, we got a pretty good vantage point. You're right behind home plate.
The umpire's called a great game so far.
And Apologize did not get the names of Mr. Home and Mr. Base umpires. Another ball that rides inside, fisted foul down the third baseline. So 2-2 the count to the sophomore Gabby Quinn, who had the 2-run home run out at Beard Field.
And that's what happens when you drop your left arm when you're right-handed hitter like that, and you drop that left arm a little bit too soon, James. It's gonna pull off the line. She wants to straighten that bat out.
2-2, and this one hits off of the hand, the wrist, and she'll go down to first base. It was tough to tell whether that was the hand or the knob of the bat at first, but
yeah, no, that hit her clearly.
And no argument from the Laurel dugout, but unfortunate for Laurel, as that's now 4 free passes, 3 walks, and now a hit batsman in the first 5 batters.
Gabby Parod strides up to the plate.
And her numbers again?
Number 14, and she's hitting .458 on here with 10 ribbies.
She squares the bunt, tries to get it down, and it is fouled back to the backstop. 0-1 now the count to Parod.
Parod not dropping that left arm as the previous Gabby. Looks good.
Parod, who had 2 RBI in the first game against the Spartans, looking to advance runners with the bunt. Free swinging here, and she drives one to left field. Back it goes. It's going to go off the base of the wall. This will score at least 1, and they will hold the second runner at third base. So Newman scores from second. Quinn goes to third, and Parod in with an RBI double.
Now, I can tell you right there, if I wanted to show my team some highlights of that, that was perfect stance and a great swing through. Great level bat, didn't drop her left arm. Look what happens. It drives all the way to the fence, James, for a great hit by Parod, the catcher.
We're going to have our Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. That is Aubrey Ragone, who will run at second base. Courtesy runner for the catcher. If you're looking for quality, cost-efficient paving and construction services, visit Castle Asphalt and Construction. They'll make your visions for your projects a reality.
I think Kissick's actually kind of gotten better control over these last few hurls in there. Just unfortunately a little bit too Oh, almost in your lap, James.
Yeah, Giordano fouls that one back and quickly up 0-2 as Kissick getting herself into a rhythm here.
Yeah, getting it back over the plate here, and hopefully for her, get some double play balls or some infield grounders here.
4 runs on 2 hits thus far for Neshannock. Ground ball right side, and doing the job is Giordano. She'll be out on the 4-3, but that will allow Quinn to score from third, and that's just the kind of hitting that you love to see, especially from players in the middle to bottom of your order. Just get something in play and get the run home.
Oh, it was. I mean, that's exactly, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. Nice defensive play.
Yeah, Zeppelin coming over, the senior flipping it to Addie Deal.
We got to be almost maybe 20 minutes into this inning, bottom half of this, where they got their first out, though, James. That is concerning.
Yeah, I'll estimate officially. We'll call it 14 just by
I was
pure
going to say
estimation.
17, so let's round it up.
Checking her swing is Jane Malaysia upstairs for ball 1. Malaysia, who had 2 RBI on Wednesday in that game against Avonworth, hitting out of the 8-hole here today.
The one where they beat them 9-2 and they're still ranked behind them?
No, they no longer are, as the new rankings luckily came out today.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
Yeah, so Avonworth dropped, I believe, to number 5 or 6. Neshannock jumped up to number 4 after that victory.
As they should.
1-1 now the count to Malaysia, one of the 3 seniors in this starting lineup, 6 on the roster for Neshannock. She squares the bunt. It's going to be popped up in foul territory, and luckily for her, Boyd was charging in as she should, but just ended up going too far and actually over her head in foul territory.
You know, you don't talk enough sometimes how hard it is, the art of bunting, and that one there, folks, when you want to bunt, you actually need to have the bat up a little bit sooner. When you get the bunt in late, that's what's going to happen. It's going to pop the ball back up behind you or to the left or right. Good hitter's going to get out in front.
This one pops straight up. Bruja giving chase. Will she get to it in time in front of the fence? She does. What a play by Alexis Bruja.
That's what I like to see by a catcher. Now, there you go. Face mask is off 2 steps back, and she looked.
And did you notice she didn't throw the mask until she found the ball,
Darren?
Darren?
That's exactly right, and that's the way you want to do it, folks. That's textbook, and I loved it.
And she used every inch, probably about, 20, 25 feet, I would say, a backstop here. And if it was a foul ball, about 24 feet back where she made that catch.
Yep, excellent job.
It's a 9th batter of the first inning is Kat Nativio, and she watches ball 1 upstairs. So Neshannock bats around here in the first inning with 5 runs on the board.
Got to hand it to Kissick. She got called into a tough situation here.
This one up at the letters, called strike 1.
She's doing her best to, as you said, not really thinking she was going to go in. Getting pitches back, getting centered. And that's tough, too, because it takes maybe 6 to 10 pitches with somebody standing in the box to get your rhythm.
Squaring the bunt, and this one's popped up by Nativio. Bruja goes back and makes another catch on the foul out behind the plate. So 9 batters to the plate. Neshannock brings 4 across. 5 runs on just 2 hits. No errors, but 2 runners left on base. We've played 1 complete 5-0 lead for Neshannock here at lcsportsnet.com.
Well, in this...
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Back in Neshannock High School, top of the second inning coming, a 5-0 lead, and you say walks and errors can do it? Well, 1, 2, 3 walks and a hit batsman, and Neshannock takes advantage. Only 2 hits, but 5 runs on the board, Darren.
Yeah, and it's a tough predicament. In a way, it's funny. This is why you love baseball and softball, folks. It's a chess game. And now, it goes back a little bit here on the pitching for Neshannock, because one way to demoralize Laurel is if it's a 1-2-3 out inning for them. That's tough. The only way, really, I think Laurel can pick the pace back up is they need to get a run or 2 in here.
Well,
they need to get something to get it going.
They trailed 6-0 the first time they played against Neshannock and chipped away, got it down to 6-3, and had a couple runners on late in that 6th and 7th inning. Just could not complete the comeback. And Grace Kissick, now the pitcher, steps into the batter's box. Kissick, Miles, and Zeppelin, the three due up for Laurel. One hopper to the third baseman, Quinn, easily across the diamond in plenty of time for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Kissick took a good swat at that, but great positioning by third base. Exactly where you need to be.
Brings up designated player Abby Miles. We'll give a shout out to her. She's going to be continuing her academic and athletic career at Albion University.
Wow, congratulations.
Not for softball, though. She's one of the top wrestlers in the nation.
She is. And, yeah, I mean, that's just growing, folks. Reynolds just voted last night to make women's varsity wrestling an official sport at arguably the greatest wrestling high school in the state.
Yeah, how big is that?
Yeah, it's huge. So good for her.
Want to know the count here, 2 Miles. Swings through, foul tip, back into the glove, 1-1 to count, and she's doing quite well so far for the Spartans on the diamond, hitting .625.
Yeah, she really is, and you know, she's a tall, well-built athlete.
She drives this one towards center field. Nogue going back and watches it clear the fence. Cannonball coming for the first home run of the year for Abby Miles, and there it is. It's just a solo shot, but that gets them on the board and gets a little bit of life into that Laurel dugout.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about, James. This is what they needed. They needed this desperately, and they just got it. And it's top part of the inning here too. So more to come from Laurel, but that's what leaders do. What a great hit there.
And we didn't get a chance to talk a whole lot about it, but there is a good, consistent, about 10-mile, 15-mile-an-hour wind that is blowing away. And the way all these pitchers throw at the speed, you make contact, that ball's going.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that this morning. I was down in Center Township there, taking a look at their actual softball, baseball facilities for an upcoming event. And we kind of caught that wind, just started kicking up this morning around 11 o'clock, and it's increased as the day's gone on.
First pitch swinging is Grace Zeppelin for strike one. And you know, of course, every time she steps in the box, you have to make some Led Zeppelin jokes. Loved when they were playing at Westminster College in the semis, both the district and state semis, as she pops this one back to the screen, 0-2 the count, because they were very good about making sure a Led Zeppelin song was playing each and every time she came to the mound.
Yeah, well, she's hitting .389, has a .476 on-base percentage, and a 1.11 slugging percentage, so she's doing well, and she definitely wants to do well here so they're not sick again if they go down.
0-2 misses well outside.
I don't know if that's our record. We had we had like 5 in a row for the one Shenango game. We had a matchup for Zeppelin songs. I forget who the player's name was, but
yeah,
we had some fun with that.
I was waiting to see how many you would come up with. And she pops this one up on the backside of the infield, drifting back and settling under it is Erilyn Nogue for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Nogue made a good jump on that. She actually was pretty deep in the outfield there, James, and she was on her feet as soon as I left the bat. Defensively, just a fantastic play, fantastic positioning, and Zeppelin is sick again.
That'll bring up one of the 3 freshmen, Hayden Seifert. One of the 3 freshmen. And how about this? The freshman Seifert is the leading batter in terms of average on this Laurel team, hitting .647 coming into today's game.
Well, and you know, she may be the shortest player out there, but you got to love it. Got a lot of spunk.
Freshman against sophomore, and she fouls this one back to the screen.
Took a good cut at it, too, there.
I won't mention which of the 3 of us up here flinched.
Nope.
No balls, 2 strikes to Seifert.
Big hitting a small stature, a big hitting left fielder.
She had 5 RBI, including a home run on Wednesday, but swings through this pitch for a good afternoon, good evening, and good night strikeout. The second of the game from Fry, but a run on the board on the solo home run from Abby Miles makes the lead 5-1. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com, Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
5-1 the score, bottom of the second inning. Neshannock will send off their leadoff batter as they put 9 to the plate in the first, but only 2 hits. 3 total in this game, 2 from Neshannock, 1 from Laurel, but 2 of them have been long balls.
Well, and Laurel's got to be aware of that, right? It's a situational thing, and now we talk about the pressure on the pitchers. Kissick's back out there. Let's see if they can get a 1-2-3, get him down, get good defense in the infield, and get back up to the plate. Erlen
Nogue watches strike 1 from the relief pitcher in Kissick.
Kissick successfully painting both sides of the plate now, James. Just took her a little bit of inning, but like you said, she wasn't expecting to start or play.
This one upstairs evens the count at 1-1. They've used all 3 pitchers, so I think probably all 3 were ready to be going.
Well, that early, I think.
That's very true.
That's kind of where I'm going with it. I'm sorry, I could have clarified that better, but yeah.
You can see the Bowling Green sticker on the back of the helmet of Erlen Nogue. That's where she will be heading next year to continue her career. Nalia Nogue, how about that? Freshman of the week for the conference a couple of weeks ago.
That's fantastic.
Up at Fordham.
Bowling Green, in my mind, one of maybe the most beautiful campuses in the country.
It is nice out there, and laying down a bunt here, or trying to, was Nogue. It's going to go into foul territory, so 2-2 the count.
And a nice bunt up there. She squared away just where she needed to. Just kind of took one of those hop across the lines that sometimes gravity and Mother Nature just kind of intervene and say, well, we don't like this.
2-ball, 2-strike count to the senior. Swung on and missed. Only the second time Nogue has been retired by a strikeout this season.
And that's kind of what I'm referring to. You know, Kissick gets a strikeout, and now she's feeling a little bit more dominant. She's being more confident, especially getting it down the center and the right part of the plate, and that comes from plays like that, striking out a hard hitter.
Now, from one Nogue to the next, Jaden Nogue, first pitch inside for ball 1.
And it might end up like you said, James. I mean, it might be one of these things where Laurel just kind of gets a run, maybe a run or 2 each inning, and just kind of picks her way back into this.
Swung on and missed, count even at 1-1, but any pitch that you miss, especially if you miss one upstairs, Darren, it could be trouble for anybody, the way that these kids hit. I mean, Jaden Nogue, again, a freshman, not the strongest built or biggest looking girl on the team, but she had a home run against Avonworth in that game on Wednesday as well for her first of the year.
Yep, I think Kissick needs to slow down here a little bit, James. She's just, she's not wasting any time, though. She's just hurling them in there, but that one high and to the left.
Yeah, we've seen plenty go back to the screen, and
yeah,
I don't think you can blame Brua for many, if any, of them. Squaring the bunt is Nogue, and she pops this one up and out of play. Count even at 2-2.
I swear, and I'll go to my grave saying this, it's tougher to square up a bunt in softball than it is baseball because of where the ball comes out, the angle comes out, and you know, she really had to bat out there where she needed to, but just a second too late, and up over us is where it goes.
Yeah, you really have to square early, but with how short the dimensions are, you square too early, and then you have third and first charging so quickly that good luck getting there.
Or when you have a great defensive catcher like Brule, you're really in trouble.
2-2 the count. I'm trying to frame that one in. That one we can blame on Brua.
Yeah.
Tried a little too hard to frame that one, though. Brua is one of the I mean, we didn't have an official play of the year last year, but she had a play last year that, in our mind, would have definitely been top 5, top 10 in terms of that play of the year potential. Talk about that after this payoff pitch to Jaden Nogue, and it's going to be called strike 3 as it catches the black on the outer half. Back-to-back Ks for Kissick.
It did. You know, give it to Kissick because probably out of the last 5 pitches there, James, 3 were a little wild. Mm-hmm. And so to have the presence of mind to paint the corner that tight, and she did, and it was a good call right there in the corner. Great pitch.
It was actually against these Lancers for Bruja's Play of the Year nominee. She laid out a bunt, ran to first. The throw was wild. The first baseman reaching for it knocked the helmet off of Bruja's head. She advanced to second base, but as she did and the helmet had knocked off, she scooped up the helmet all in one motion and put the helmet on as she ran to second. It was one of the most heads-up plays and literally did not slow down one bit as she made the play. One of the plays that we quite enjoyed seeing that one and watching on replay over and over.
Speaking of Play of the Year, a fan just came within about an inch of a great belly one-hand grab and totally missed, and he's smiling. He got back up.
He's going to get some flack for that one.
He might. not a whole lot of love on that one.
1-1 to count. Now 2-1 to Addie Fry, who had the 3-run homer in the first inning. It really
gave the umpire a little bit of a look there. We'll see how that goes.
Again, it was the 4th home run of the year, and now a team-high 17 RBI for Fry. Leads the team in doubles, home runs, ribbies, and batting average coming into today's game. Does the sophomore. This one brushes her back, makes the count 3-1.
Actually, a good eye. I mean, she about took that one, so that was a good one to brush back on. Kissick looks like she's trying to dry the ball out, James. She's a lot of movement on her fingers as it's in her mitt. I don't know if she just feels like it's too much sweat on the ball. Now she's rubbing it up and down her leg rather hardly to just see if she can get that dry.
This one catches the inside corner. Count runs full. That ball tailing in perfectly. And that's been Kissick's go-to pitch here so far, is jamming these Neshannock hitters.
It has. I'm a little surprised the umpire didn't call for the ball, because a lot of times when he sees that, he'll call. And he's letting her play through, though.
Payoff pitch coming. Fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again. This battle between the top 2 teams in the section, top 2 teams in the district, and according to some experts, the top 2 teams in the state.
I would agree. I said it the last couple of days, trying to kind of get it going on social media, and I think you're seeing the best too. Any given day, these 2 teams could beat anybody else in the state.
Kissick delivers. This one roped foul down the third baseline. Fry with 4 homers on the year. 2 of them have come against these Laurel Spartans.
That was one of those ones where Fry kind of got late into the swing on that, James, and kind of like, okay, am I going to do it or am I not? I'm just going to go for it, and fouls it off.
Yeah, so far out in front of that off-speed pitch, but good job just to get a piece of it.
There it is.
This one, ground ball, and hit her in the box.
Did.
So 8th pitch of the at-bat will be coming. I'd say that was the 8th pitch. Number 9 will be coming up here between Kissick and
Ump asks her
Fry.
if she's okay, and she just said, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Like, tough. Good reaction.
Well, having a big brother named Bubba, I think, helps with some of that toughness.
Yeah, it does.
We do it again. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. And how about that? Striking out the side in order is Grace Kissick.
Well, we talked about that, what Grace needed to do, and that's just as good as a run or a home run. I mean, the confidence may be building now for the Spartans.
Little momentum for Laurel, though they trail 5-1 through 2 innings of play. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Top of the 3rd inning coming up. Neshannock with the 5-1 advantage. But again, some momentum with the Spartans. You get a home run in the 2nd, then you strike out the side against the 1-2-3 hitters, too, nonetheless, there, Darren Steele.
Well, yeah, and you'd almost have to argue it's funny about baseball and softball, James. You know, the home team here up 5-1, but really since the bottom half of the first, Laurel's probably outplayed Neshannock. But boy, that first inning just did the damage. Now can Laurel, work their way back in here, and we're going to see right off the top of the bat here.
It'll be 8-9-1. Kuth, Pancher, and Lang due up for the Spartans. First pitch swinging is Eva Kuth, 278 hitter coming into today's game. Had a triple in the victory against New Brighton on Wednesday.
Yeah, 278 with a 350 on base percentage, hitting 444 slugging percentage. Bigger sister to Abby Kuth, also on the Laurel team.
Count now even at 1-1. Here's the stat that you'll love hearing as well. Through 8 batters, 6 first pitch strikes thrown by Addie Fry.
Addie just so methodical on how she winds up and gets the delivery.
Catches the inside corner here for 1 and 2. That's one of the favorite questions we love asking young players. Try to trick them. What's the best pitch in baseball? They're like a curveball, a fastball, a split finger, a knuckleball. No, it's a strike.
It's
strike
a strike.
one specifically.
Yep, that's right.
1-2 misses downstairs. Count even at 2 and 2.
I believe it was University of Connecticut came up with a study earlier this year. It was a 20-year study on that, and I think the average of someone that goes down early in the count is only 133.
This one drilled down the right field line, but it will drift foul. Count will remain 2 and 2.
Kuth kind of got the tip of the bat on that one, James, and not the barrel of the bat, and that's why you saw it drive the right.
Two ball, two strike.
She would have had that barrel. She would have been chopping at the gap. That was a great swing.
Just misses outside, and the count will run full to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Drama all the way around here, James. Full count, first batter for Laurel. Could be big for Laurel to get the first runner on here.
Get the call from the wrist coach. Payoff pitch. Misses downstairs. Leadoff walk issued to Eva Kuth, and now bring up Ivy Pancher in the 9-hole, trying to turn the lineup over. Only the 5th walk of the year allowed by Addie Fry.
Something that Neshannock is, again, not accustomed to. They don't walk a lot of players. Laurel walked a good deal, which is why they're down 5-1. But having that first leadoff runner is a big deal.
Freshman Ivy Pancher actually leads the team out of the 9-hole with a pair of triples on the season.
Yeah, hitting .316.
And she squares the bunt here, though it is foul. And that was one of the things that you saw last year that really hurt Laurel in games against Neshannock. The bottom of the lineup, the 7, 8, 9 struggled against Fry in these games. And what we saw in the first game, what we've seen so far here today, is that it's not easy outs anywhere through the lineup. And these freshmen getting right in the lineup have been a big part of it. Again, squaring, pulling back as it catches the inside corner, though. Strike 2, the call.
Pancher in a little bit of a predicament here. She wants to advance the runner. And you're right. I mean, when the bottom half of your hitting, it's kind of like that third line in hockey, right? When they're producing, I mean, it can really be an offensive juggernaut. So when you have the bottom 3 hitters hitting and getting on base, it's huge.
0-2. Tails outside. Not by much, though.
No. Just missed that one. Little frustration on her face. Body language there.
Yeah, I think Fry wanted that one.
Yeah, she did. She took a long stare out at the NHL softball banner in center field there.
Swung on and missed, so she does get the strikeout. Took an extra pitch to get there, but it's her 3rd K of the day.
A wonderful pitch. I mean, that was right down the middle. Like, come and hit it. I'm going to throw it. You try to hit it, and she won that battle.
Now top of the order, left-handed hitting Macy Lang. Both teams with lefties sitting in the 1 and 2 spot of the lineup. Addie Deal in the on-deck circle. Both grounded out in their first plate appearance in the 1st inning. Squaring the bunt and trying on the drag bunt for a hit there was Macy Lang. Strike 1.
Lang a little bit late squaring up with a bump, then pumps right behind her.
That's one of the toughest things, too, to simulate in a practice, right, Darren?
It is. We try to do it the best we can. Some people say it's better to use like a short bat to do it, and either way, it's just so tough, especially when those pitches come at you at the velocity that they are right now.
0-1 called strike 2 right down Broadway. Lang, a .333 hitter, went 2 for 4, though, the first time these two teams played. Trying to move runners, get on base for her first time today. Here in the top of the 3rd. And this one foul tip goes off of Parad and straight up in the air. Will remain 2 and 2.
Man, Lang was a quarter way down to the baseline. She thought, I don't know if she thought she hit it or she actually undercut the ball there quite a bit. She's dropping her right arm on that one.
Laurel that won 3 straight WPIAL championships in 2018, 2019, and then 2021. This one upstairs, 1 and 2 the count. And then Neshannock winning it last year. So these two teams have been responsible for the last 4 WPIAL titles.
Yeah, and that's what makes today so much fun. Again, said at the top of the hour, it just doesn't get any better than this. Everything's on the line right now.
Throw in Neshannock was a runner-up to Laurel one of those years. Union with their success in 1A. Downstairs 2-2 the count. Yeah, Union, I believe it was at least 2 straight runner-ups in the district championship game, and then finally were able to take down West Green last year in a classic 3-2. That one was. And that basically big time started off the steamroll of the Union programs. Another one fouled to the screen as Union baseball and softball won WPIAL championships on the same day.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of mean. It's not, we try to do the best we can here, folks, about really having a lot of respect for all the teams, and we do, but there is that proverbial bias a little bit against these northern teams from Lawrence and Mercer County, so when they do good, it feels really good to brag about it.
Now, how Laurel was the 5 seed in the WPIAL tournament last year is still beyond me.
Right. Yeah, it's just, blatant disregard.
2-2.
Nice hit.
But it's going to drift foul. Just barely stays in play down the left field line, but great at bat here from Lang as she's now fouled off 3 in a row with 2 strikes on her.
She is battling right now, and Laurel is fighting for every pitch that they can right now, James, to get their way back in it with a runner on first.
And we're going to talk more about the freshmen because, again, it's not just with these 2 teams that have pretty good freshmen in the lineup, but all throughout the county. You got a couple of great freshman pitchers doing work as well. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, snapped down to first, not in time, but the strikeout, 4th strikeout of the game for Fry, and that's a big one after a 8-pitch at bat to get the second out of the inning.
It really is. Fry's earning her keep right now. Good battle there. Laurel still with a run on first, though, James. They can make something out of it.
Addie Deal, pair of home runs for her on the year.
Addie Deal hitting .435 with a .536 on base percentage.
She's first pitch swinging. That's going to find its way through between first and second for a 2-out single for Addie Deal. Just the second hit of the ball game for the Spartans, but it brings Autumn Boyd to the plate.
Nice hit there by Deal, too. I mean, smoker right up between first and second. Just gets by the second baseman into the into the shallow infield, and there you go. We got 2 on.
So Eva Kuth advances to second. Addie Deal at first, continuing her success swinging the bat against Neshannock. And Autumn Boyd to the plate. Starting pitcher only threw to 3 batters. And you hope the shoulder's all right to swing. We will see here as she watches the first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. And if you're just joining us, in her first at bat, Darren, she swung out of her shoes, it looked like, on a 2-0 pitch and immediately grabbed at the arm. Tried to throw in the first inning, threw to 3 batters, 2 walks and a home run, and then was pulled from the circle. Downstairs, evens the count at 1-1.
Well, and you got to give Boyd credit because obviously that she must be in some discomfort, but she's battling through it. I mean, again, Laurel's fighting for everything here today, and she's right there with them.
Sister Madison Boyd was part of the championship teams back in 2018, 2019 in the circle. She swings through this one, does Autumn Boyd. You also had Kayla Raperto, who was part of the championship runs to start things off. She was a freshman in Frank Duddy's first year back in 2016.
Not a lot on that swing either, James. Kind of came through it slow on it, too. Just kind of curious about it.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed for the 3rd out of the inning. There's a hit and a walk, but in the end, a trio of strikeouts to leave 2 runners on the bag. So we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, but we're going to keep it right here as it is time for our Melee Minute, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic, where we keep you updated on the goings-on in softball throughout Lawrence County. It is midway through the section season, and let's take a look at these teams. They're Laurel 8-1. Give a shout out to Hayden Seifert, Grace Kizik, each with 5 ribbies on Wednesday, and they have a new game scheduled, a non-section game against Union coming on Monday. Neshannock here at 8-0 with now 4 players hitting over 500. Nogue, that's Jaden Nogue and Addie Fry, each with home runs in the win over Avonworth on Wednesday. Elwood City, they lost in extras last night in non-section play to Riverside. Their 2 section losses are both by 1 run. One of them was to Hopewell, who they host today. Mohawk at 5-4 a huge win against Beaver Falls on Wednesday. They're at Central Valley today. That's going to be a big one as they look to avenge a 9-7 loss. Newcastle played against Shenango yesterday in non-section battle. Olivia Hood, Kira Mangieri leading the way for the Canes. Jenna Lynn Nero had 2 ribbies in that win yesterday against Shenango. Zoe Offey and Madison Iwaniko each with multiple hits. Shenango hosts Riverside tomorrow in a revenge game. Union mentioned they have a senior night tonight, so give a shout out to Maddie Mangelli and Ellie Castellandra. They are averaging 18 runs per game is Union right now. And Wilmington, to wrap it up, 8-1 on the year. They had 15-0 Mercy Rule wins the last 2 days, and they have another game today and another one tomorrow. There's your Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you in the game with all the softball news around Lawrence County.
Oh.
On the 1-0 pitch, lifted sky high to deep center field. Forget about it.
That's gone.
Peyton Newman, she's going to Morgan State, and she's going to first make the trip around the bases for her first home run of the season to give Neshannock a little extra room. Now 6-1 over Laurel.
That ball might make it to Morgan State before she does. That was just a great hit. Big club. Kissick tried to paint the corner on her twice and then came right down the middle, and she was waiting for it, James.
Drove the 1-0 pitch to deep center field, and again, no doubt about it on that one.
Good softball report, James, and I think I saw Mohawks now above 500, and I think it was a 19 or 15-1 win over Beaver Falls.
19-1, you're correct.
19-1, it was a huge win. Whoa, Mohawk just not done yet.
Yeah, Mohawk actually has given Union their only loss of the year back on opening day. I think that was a 12-7 game.
Yep.
Every other game that Union has played in, they have scored double-digit runs. First pitch on the inside corner for strike one to Gabby Quinn.
Give Kissick credit. I mean, she's coming right back on the inside. She's not afraid to throw it in there, even after giving a big one up there.
And that is her pitch. Again, the way that she gets that cut inside.
It is.
And gets Quinn to swing and miss at this one.
Quinn's unhappy with herself. I'm not sure what more she's supposed to do because that one just kind of dropped right at her hands. And she swung right over it, James. Good swing.
No balls, 2 strikes now from Kissick. This one fisted down the third base line, but will run out of real estate.
She was ready for it that time, James. I mean, just a little late on the swing. But, man, I tell you, if she gets out in front of it, she's going to drive it. Left field might want to be ready because, I mean, that was a great swing, just a little late.
It's all about timing it up, and we'll see if Kissick again will try to work inside or if she will work this one towards the outer half on the 0-2. She again brings it up and in, called strike 3.
Ooh, I think Quinn thought that was a little high, and umpire disagreed, and she's going to go sit on the bench.
4th strikeout of the game in relief for Kissick. Had 9 Ks against these Lancers the first time they played. And again, she's been clutch at catching those corners.
Now the other Gabby comes up.
This is Gabby Parad, and she is first pitch swinging back to the screen. You've got your Gabbies all in a line.
I got my Gabbies in a line now. No more Gabby errors here. I got in my team. I've got 2 Cams and 2 Liams that I'm coaching right now on the same team. So
good luck with that.
And 2 Noahs.
The 0-1 pitch coming. Misses outside, evens the count at 1-1. I had the, I don't know if I can say pleasure is the right word, of coaching the 3 Glease boys of the quadruplets of Luke, Rob, and Jack. And especially in middle school, they looked a lot more alike then than they necessarily do now. But no joke, the only way we could work with Rob and Luke, Luke, you're in left, Rob, you're in right. That was the only.
That was good.
That was how we learned, hey, guess what? Their game against Boardman last night, guess who started in left? Guess who started in right? So, Coach Q, I'm taking credit for that one, as this one's popped up towards the Laurel dugout, and it will be into the Laurel dugout. 2-2 now to count to Gabby Parad.
Now Gabby Parad's in there battling here, James, and a good battle here. I still think Kissick was pitching a little bit better in that last inning when she was able to get the ball over both corners. She's really favoring that left corner now.
Checks her swing on this one as it's up at her eyes. Good hold. And now count runs full with 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
That was a great hold and a great eye by Parad there. I really felt like she really wanted to swing at that and resisted at the very end there.
Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. 5 of the last 6 batters have gone down via the strikeout. against Grace Kissick.
Yeah, other than the home run she gave up, I mean, it's just, yeah.
So now 5Ks each between Kissick and Fry in the circle here today as Allie Giordano will check in. Giordano, junior second baseman, hitting .286, had the RBI ground out in her first plate appearance, and this one lifted foul and out of play.
Yeah, I was going to say, she had great contact on her first at bat, and then here we go, first pitch, first swing, and she gets good contact again, just fouls it off, James. So Giordano here trying to make a statement.
Good pitch there, catches the outside corner, and quickly up 0-2 is Kissick.
First outside corner she's actually gotten in this inning, James.
No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Swung on and missed. So again, after the home run, 3 straight strikeouts registered by Kissick, but the solo home run from Hunter Newman makes it now a 6-1 Lancers advantage. Back in a moment, watching on Game Changer, the Triple High School Sports Network. This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, a 6-1 advantage. A couple hits for each team, and only a couple left on base, but 3 long balls already here today, Darren.
Yeah, and it looks like we are showdown here between the pitchers now, James. And Kissick is doing her part on the mound best she can for being called in on the first inning like that. And so now she's going to be coming to the plate, and it's going to be Boyd versus Kissick. Or,
Fry against Kissick.
Fry versus Kissick here, so.
Autumn Boyd, if you're just joining us, pitched to the first 3 batters of the game. A full count walk, a 4-pitch walk, and then a 3-run home run. That was all she lasted in the circle. And again, don't want to speculate too much, but it looked like she was grabbing at the arm after her first at bat, and then again after the first couple of batters after she had left the circle. So we'll see if we can get an update on that after this one is done. His first pitch swinging is Kissick, and she's going to fist this one into left field for a leadoff single.
Kissick is doing everything she can to help out her team, James. And who's coming to the plate here? This could be trouble for the Lancers.
As you're first going to get a courtesy runner out there for the Spartans. That's number 21, your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner, is Maddie Main.
Laurel's starting to make some noise in the dugout here. They're trying to get their way back into it.
So again, a shout out to our friends at Castle Asphalt. They know the importance of making a good first impression, and no matter how elegant your home or office may be, if you match it with poor road surfaces, your friends or potential clients could regret making the trip. Get a free estimate at castleasphalt.com. How about that for a first impression pitch there? The off-speed getting Miles way out in front.
Yeah, Big Abby Miles here really is going to want to try to get this runner in and get this game close. She took a big swing there.
Mentioned Miles going to Albion. Kissick, by the way, going to Malone University to continue her softball career.
Malone known for its tennis and softball.
Now, I was going to ask for the geography lesson on that one there.
That's in upper Midwest Ohio, so they are really out in the middle of nowhere. Great little college, though, known for their tennis. One of the top tennis programs in the country.
What conference would that be in?
They are in the Ohio Valley Conference.
That's why we bring Darren Steele along, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 rides inside, but does catch the black on the inner half. 1-2 the count.
You gotta keep up on that because they change it so often. Now I gotta check myself here, but I believe. Yeah, they're just north of Canton up there.
I know.
Sticks.
I know Albion's in the MIAA. That one I know.
They are.
The 1-2. Off-speed pitch again. This time Miles able to just get a piece of it and foul it back to the screen. You got the middle school softball team making their way here to the field. See the baseball team enjoying the game out in center field. Did not get a chance to see who actually made the catch from the baseball team out there in center field on the home run hit by Hunter Newman. Miles swings and misses and strikes out.
Yeah.
Strikeout victim number 6 here today for Addie Fry.
And as I thought, Malone moved into Division II, which puts them to GMAC now.
Of course.
So, yeah, they are the famous Pioneers.
Kissick's been a pioneer the way she's been coming in relief a good number of times here on the season, including today. Her courtesy runner stands at first base, and this is Grace Zeppelin. Leads the team with 4 home runs, does Grace, and she swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Zeppelin, who's going to go to Pitt next year.
Wow.
Just for his for her academics. Do not believe she's playing, but I did not get confirmation of whether she might be doing club ball or anything as well. Tries to check her swing, but cannot do so here, and quickly up 0-2 is Fry.
Yeah, as of right now, she's right in that same exact 2-2 where she was last time. So I guess it would be fair to say the song remains the same for Zeppelin here.
And swung on and missed, so at least something changed that time, but not in the way that Grace would like. Back-to-back Ks, 7 now on the day for Addie Fry.
Yeah, trampled underfoot there was young Zeppelin, and she'll live to hit another day.
We're keeping the Zeppelin tally going on over here.
Boy, it just seems like Laurel's just like on a cusp of trying to get into this game, but Neshannock's excellent defense and just great pitching here has really kept them at bay.
Annie Main takes off, and that throw down doesn't matter.
That hit her.
Would have been a stolen base, but you could hear it up here. Exactly right, Darren. That caught the inside, whether it was the elbow or the jersey, not entirely sure. But either way, Seifert goes down to first base.
It caught her on the jersey. She kind of reached for her stomach, but yeah, it's no mistaking that hit her.
Yeah, could hear the double hit of the cloth and then the mitt.
That's kind of what I'm alluding to. You got 2 runners on you right here. You want a Zeppelin reference, Misty Mountain Hop. They're right about trying to break over the top of the mountain here. But this is where Neshannock has come through here.
First pitch misses upstairs to Eva Kuth, junior center fielder. 4 ribbies on the year.
Tell you, Parad actually made a nice adjustment getting up off her ankles to get that. That could have been a pass ball real easy.
And again, when you got somebody throwing in the mid-60s to you, you got to be quick to react as this one fouls back to the screen. Count even at 1-1. By the way, that was only the 3rd first pitch ball thrown by Addie Fry through the first 17 batters.
It's funny. Addie almost seems like she gets a little frustrated. She gets just kind of mean and better. She does this long stare at the center field, and she turns around. It's kind of like Wild Thing time, and I'm kind of interested to see where this pitch goes right here.
And I apologize, 4th, because I just missed the hit batsman, which was a first pitch ball. Nonetheless, now count a 1 and 2 to Kuth.
That was a wicked inside on the inside pitch there. Kuth went for it. It was just a fantastic pitch.
Pitch number 60 was just thrown by Fry. Number 61 coming with a 1-2 count. Called strike 3. Froze her on the inside corner. So a hit batsman, but both runners stranded on the bags.
4 now, James, in the last 2 innings?
4, yep, yeah. 2 each inning. And we'll see if Laurel, if that will come back to bite Laurel. We'll see as we head to the midway point of this game. Back in a moment, 6-1 lead for Neshannock.
Building Block Baseball is a local organization dedicated to and actively involved in teaching and development of local baseball talent. 3B provides weekly baseball seminars from January through May to enhance local baseball knowledge for players, coaches, and parents. Building Block Baseball is available for one-on-one development programs, team instructions, and group sections. 3B also provides Lawrence County with their own collegiate summer baseball team. The 3B Barons showcase top collegiate baseball talents of the area. Visit buildingblocksbaseball.com for more information and for their free downloadable documents and videos. Whether you're just learning the game, playing in college, or coaching a team, 3B can get you the building blocks of baseball today.
Back here in the Lawrence County SportsNet cap, we're having a little chuckle between innings because the warm-up, you can tell a player who is dedicated because of what just happened there.
Yeah, Brula missed a very easy throw in, and she got really angry with herself. And I don't think you'll see another pass ball for the rest of the game from Brula, knock on wood.
Now, she is the catcher for Laurel, and talking to the coaching staff, and probably the most improved player from beginning of last year to the end of last year, and then continuing to improve into this season. Especially what she has done behind the dish has been real fun to watch, and also real fun to watch her on the wrestling mat. Talked about the wrestling history here of Laurel as his 1-0 pitch is popped into center field, and Kuth will come up to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Kuth. McKissick kind of let that one go a little late, James, and it took off on her right down the middle. And she's probably lucky she didn't get more into that, but Kuth right where she needed to be.
And Malaysia just missed on the swing, and that'll bring up Kat Nativio. Leads the team with a pair of doubles, a .231 average on the season. First pitch rides inside for ball 1.
Yeah, we were talking about Kat Nativio in the beginning of the broadcast there, James. We didn't get a chance to see her till the very end of the basketball matchups we did. Good to see her out here swinging away in softball.
Yeah, these two teams played 3 times on the hardwood as well. Split their regular season matchups and then played in the district semifinals. And unfortunately, Neshannock not having one of their top players in that game, and Megan Pallarino after suffering an injury the game before against Mohawk, and have a very, this one's called for strike 2.
We called that Mohawk game, I believe. Did we see that injury?
Well, no, we got the Mohawk game early in the year is what we had covered.
You're talking about the second one. That's right. Okay.
So the some of the Laurel players, Reagan Atkins and Josie Fortuna, I remember talking after that game. It's a little miscommunication, looks like, on that pitch between Kissick and Brua. She basically does split behind the plate to make the catch.
She did.
Wow.
You know, if the Penguins are going to bring in new management, which they are, they may want to look at this young lady for a goalie. That was fantastic.
Don't know how she is.
I told you she wasn't going to let one get by her.
No. So now a 2-2 count. Rides inside. Count will run full. But to finish the story real quick on Pallarino, the two players for Laurel that we talked to were Reagan Atkins and Joseph Fortuna. Both said, like, this just doesn't feel right. Like, this game being so big and have to play against a team that did not have their full arsenal of weapons was they called it just unfortunate, as this is a called strike 3. Unfortunate for Nativio, but man, Kissick just kissing the corners. She has struck out 7 of the last 9 batters that she has faced.
She has. That would probably be the only pitch I would say I would a little bit disagree with the umpire. I thought that was a little high on that one, but hey, I mean, she's painting that corner so well, it probably mesmerizes him a little bit too.
Top of the order now, up with 2 down, is Erilyn Nogue. .560 hitter on the year is Nogue. She had 3 for 3. How about this? 2 doubles and a triple on Wednesday against Avonworth.
Well, I tell you, Laurel, they stole one right out of Michigan State. It was almost identical uniforms there.
Count even at 1-1 now to Nogue. Walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second.
Not identical records, though. Michigan State, the bottom of the Big Ten standings at 2-12 this year. They've struggled mightily.
Squaring the bump, pulling back quickly is Erilyn Nogue, 2-1 to count. That's fine by me. My parents are Spartan alums, so I'm sure if they're tuned in right now, say, ha, Penn State's ahead of you.
Not by much. They're doing better, but that's Penn State has the youngest team in the Big Ten this year, so a lot to build on. It's sitting there at 5-9 right now for the Nittany Lions. Of course, everyone chasing Northwestern, who's just been dominant the last 3 years. They're sitting there with only 1 loss in a year. Best team in the Big Ten by far.
A 3-1 count coming. Fouled off down the third base line and out of play. Nogue trying to get down to first base to see Coach Jeff Schaefer. His daughter pitched here at Neshannock and then pitched at Penn State.
Yes. And I believe between Laurel and Neshannock, I think they've sent 3 people to 4 in the last 5 years to Penn State.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
At least 3.
Yes.
Now the payoff pitch to Erilyn Nogue, again fouled back to the screen.
I tell you, I got to give a shout out to the Neshannock coaches. I love that they have, they're allowing her to have the Bowling Green sticker on there. I mean, you know, you should be proud of that, and it's just something that the girls, the younger girls in the team, can be proud of. Just shows, you know, you earned that accomplishment. You have the right to advertise and brag about it a little bit. So good for her.
Payoff pitch again. Again, just getting a piece of it. To send it back to the screen is Nogue.
Boy, Brula just turned around trying to target that pitch to see if she could possibly have a chance at it. I just love it. Wow. Catchers love catchers, folks. I don't know what else to tell you.
This will be the 19th pitch that Nogue has seen here today. And it goes upstairs for a 2-out walk.
Has a great eye there. Great eye.
And now we'll see if Nogue might be off and running. 11 out of 13 on swiped bag attempts on the year. Second time that she has walked down to first base. Only 3 hits in the game for Neshannock. Jaden Nogue. Throw back to first base, and it's going to be safe on the throw behind. I don't know if Erin was going to go and maybe spun the tires a bit, but she decided late not to go.
I agree. Brula kind of hesitated there because she thought maybe she had to throw it second. When she realized, I think if she would have thrown right to first, she would have been done.
Trying to bunt this time, pulling back. Nogue does go in with the head-first slide in there for swiped bag number 12. That's a number 13 now on the year, as she had 1 in the first.
Yeah, she had a great jump on that, James. She was off and running before that ball hit.
And I'll take that back. We did officially call it a pass ball in the first one, and the high throw made it a little bit difficult, too, for Brewer to get it out of the glove quickly.
It was.
Now 2-0, make it 3-0. As Brewer fakes the throw behind down to second base.
She was ready on that one. And that would have been another one where good thing she put the brakes on because she had her at third.
Jaden Nogue with a 3-0 count. Kissick winds and delivers and gets a strike on the outside corner. And Nogue with 13 RBIs, the younger Nogue, and part of it because of what Erin can do in front of her.
And I just picked up Brula saying, come on, this is getting fun. Yeah, it's kind of like a Yadi Molina thing. If you get one on him, he's not going to let you get another.
Fouled back and out of play.
And he wants you to try.
200 feet down the lines. I believe 210 to center field. Did not get the official measurement. No sign in center. Oh, I'd say it is right.
I'd say 210 is about right, James.
Yeah. I can see it right above the O in softball behind the black screen. But I'll get the glasses on that one here. After this full count pitch coming from Grace Kissick. Pitch number 78 for her in relief. Misses away. So back-to-back 2-out walks drawn by the Nogue sisters will bring Addie Fry to the plate, and this is exactly how the first inning began here, Darren.
Yeah, Kissick's done a great job of not being in a scenario, but now she's in it, and now she's got to find a way to get out of it. And like you said, you got a great runner there at second. So any little thing here, Erin's got to have a good chance of getting in scoring position.
Fry first pitch swinging, but foul back and out of play again. That bread and butter pitch for her so far today is that little cutter inside.
Well, you know, it's so tough because what it does is it trails to the left. It's almost like a little mini curveball. And the hitter sits there and they think they're going to eye it up. And by the time they swing and that ball cuts on the corner, it's just too late.
1-1 is the count now even. Just missing there was Grace Kissick.
Good eye by Fry there. I think Fry and Kissick have a good, fun rivalry here going against one another.
Senior against sophomore, and this one lifted down the left field line, right down the line into foul territory, and just at the base of the fence, it falls down harmlessly as Seifert gave chase, and basically ball, player, and fence all hit at the same time.
Yeah, Seifert got a pretty good jump on it. It almost looked like she had her left arm up. I don't know. It's gotten a little cloudy since the game started, but she got her left arm up a little bit to block the sun, I think, and just lost it the last 5 feet, maybe.
I think she felt the warning track and didn't quite get that right arm out there enough to feel for the fence quickly enough. So 1 ball, 2 strike. Pitch to Fry, fisted towards third, taking on 2 hops, and it'll be a 5 unassisted fielder's choice as Boyd steps on the base to end the inning. No runs, no hits. There were a pair of walks, but both those runners stranded on the bags. Through 4 complete, 6-1, Neshannock leads over Laurel. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
First place on the line here in Section 1 of Class 2A, 6-1 after Neshannock put up 5 in the first. Couple solo home runs, one from Laurel's Abby Miles and one from Hunter Newman for Neshannock to get us back to this 6-1 score line. As we get ready to start the top of the 5th inning. Riverside just a half game back at 5-1 in third place. Shenango currently in 4th at 4-3 in section play. New Brighton at 2-5, Freedom at 1-6, Aliquippa at 0-7. First pitch swinging is Ivy Pancher for strike one. It's Pancher, Lang, and Deal 9-1-2 due up here for the Spartans in the top of the 5th inning, and only 62 pitches now thrown by Addie Fry.
I think Pancher would kind of like to get a revenge here, James. An unfortunate strikeout for her. Last time would have loaded the bases. She could have got on.
Now strike two to Pancher, a .316 hitter on the year. Leads the team in the category you don't want to lead the team in. Been hit 3 times on the year, and she hits this one towards center field. Going back on it at the track and making the catch just a few feet in front of the wall was Jaden Nogue. Pancher gave it a ride, but just a few feet short. Warning track power from the freshman.
Well, and folks, what Jordan Nogue just did there is she didn't turn her back. A lot of times it's so instinctively turn your back and get. She moved to her left a little bit, moved to her right, centered herself, and just made a great catch. Perfect defensive posture.
The best way to put that, looked like a defensive back. Open the hips one way, open the hips the other way.
Yeah, it's a great analogy. She exactly did that.
Now first pitch swinging is the freshman one-hitter, and this one's fouled out by Macy Lang.
But credit to Pancher, that was a great hit. Like I said, I think she felt like a little revenge there, and that she definitely put the bat to the ball to get it, but the defense was ready.
This one grounder towards the right side. Giordano takes it on a roll, throw to first base just in time, beats Lang by about a half step.
Nice play by Giordano there. Decently hit ball. Good position. Got her.
Now 2 up, 2 down as Addie Deal steps to the plate. 1 for 2, singled in the third. Here on the turf at Neshannock High School, second year of the turf, and
see where she sets that right foot up. That heels with the back of the paddock. Oh.
There it is. And then she backed it up even just a little bit more. Heel barely inside the box. She's first pitch swinging.
Oh.
She's going to get a base hit between first
is.
and second. 2 for 3. Second time Deal has found that little hole between Newman and Giordano.
Going back a little bit to Ivy Pancher there. I mean, what she wouldn't probably give to be having Deal on second right now. Hopefully Laurel can overcome this. And this is where, you don't want Coach Duddy, to look at the stats after this game and look at, man, right now they'd be at 5 left on base, and just that's too much.
And they've had a hit now in 4 consecutive innings, but have been unable to string any together so far as this one rides inside to Autumn Boyd. Strikeout victim to end the first and to end the third in her 2 plate appearances here today.
Yeah, we'll see if that swing, I'm kind of trying to pay attention to that swing, James, because she's a tremendous player, but I felt a little slow in the last bat there.
Outside corner called strike one, and evens the count at 1-1. And even if Autumn Boyd at 70% is still going to be someone that you are for sure keeping in a lineup.
I like how Boyd collects herself, steps out of the box, gets herself aligned,
and then swings through, but chases one upstairs. 1-2 to count.
Yeah, and that was, Perrott had to step up to frame that ball, so that was well upstairs there.
Chaser on the rise, now the 1-2. Off speed, misses down and in, count even. 2-2. Fry now over 70 pitches, Kissick at 82 in comparison. Not nearly as big of a deal in terms of the pitch count in softball like it is baseball, but still tiring. 2-2, fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again.
Boyd showing a lot of charisma here, just trying to battle her way through that. It was a good swing, tipped it off.
Had an RBI and a run scored the first time they played, Darren.
Still reaching for that shoulder there, too, a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Misses downstairs. Good pick by Parad behind the dish.
Yeah, it really was a great job by Perron to adjust to that.
That means Deal has to stay at first, but now she'll be off and running with the pitch with the full count scenario. Fry gets the call from the bench. Delivers. Ground ball, left side. And it goes through the wickets of Erilyn Nogue. Reach on error. E6 moves Deal to second. Boyd at first. And I'll tell you what, you don't see that often.
You don't. I mean, Erilyn was in perfect position on that. She just picked her glove up a little too soon. I think she thought it had it and just kind of did a little bit of a left move and wasn't in her glove when she brought it up. And good hustle. Credit to Boyd there. Great hustle.
Because that was also going to force, because Deal hustling the second base, too, also made only one play for Nogue at first. Maybe she thought she had to rush a little bit more as well. Grace Kissick, 1 for 2. Tries to help herself in the circle, but first pitch swinging for strike one.
And if I'm not mistaken here, James, now we're 3 innings in a row where Laurel's had both runners on first and second, but not much to show for it.
That's absolutely correct. Can Kissick change that narrative? She'll have to do so from an 0-2 count.
Kissick's scrappiness has impressed me, and even Laurel's really, to go down like they have. They fought their way into this, played decent defense and good pitching. They just need some offense here.
Kissick had 2 home runs on Wednesday. Right now just looking to get something in play. Stays alive as she fouls that one to the screen. 2 home runs, 5 ribbies. She leads the team with 21 RBI on the season. And she's one of 3 players on Laurel's starting 9 who are hitting above 500. Right now, she just wants to get something in play on this 0-2. And it's going to go back to the fence.
Deal goes.
So now it's 2 runners in scoring position on the, call it a wild pitch or a pass ball on that one.
Coach Duddy happy about that one. He was cheering. Yeah, a little bit of a pass ball. Parad got a little bit lazy getting over to the right side to help that because that was coming on the right. And just outside of her reach.
Yeah, a little bit high.
Yep.
Could call it a wild pitch, but I think pass ball because
Parad's
Parad
asking
should
for
have had
a
it.
sign there, James. She's a little angry.
Yeah, gets the sign again. Here's the 1-2 coming from Fry. Fouled again to the screen.
Parad's like, hey, I need some communication here. I need a little E.F. Hutton love.
And we're going to go with the unofficial scorekeepers from the dugouts. They both ruled wild pitch on the game changer, so we'll stick with that just for consistency's sake.
Goes with me.
Pitch number 80 coming from Fry on the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout to strand 2 runners in scoring position, and 6. You just said it, Darren. That's 3 in a row, 3 innings.
And that's so you can do that's pretty easy math, folks, even for me. That's 6 left on base, and those are, even if Laurel could have had half of those, they'd really be into this game. But now we're getting to the point where it's going to be getting hard, especially when you have a runner in score position and on second. Just great pitching there from Fry.
Fry gets her 9th strikeout. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Four, 5, 6 hitters drew up for Neshannock at the bottom of the 5th inning. Hunter Newman fouls that one right back at her face for strike 1. Newman, Quinn, Parad. Newman led off the 3rd inning with a home run. Scored twice here today.
She sailed it right over the F in softball. And, James, it's funny, if you could draw any parallel between football and softball, sometimes in football you say, man, we'd like that quarterback. I think Laurel's going to want that inning back.
Count even at 1-1 to Newman, now with 13 ribbies, a .556 average on the year. Great shots we got from Rob Natel, by the way.
Yeah, great stuff. You had the unlikely error by Erilyn Nogue. You had the wild pitch, and they still collect themselves and able to get out of that inning. Laurel now's got to run on emotion. They got to get a 1, 2, 3 and out here. I really believe so.
1-2 pitch, and there's a good way to start it. You get a strikeout on Hunter Newman, somebody who does not strike out often.
No, Kissick just fired a straight pitch. He didn't even waste any time.
8th K for Grace Kissick in relief.
And that tells you something because, you know, sometimes when you face someone that takes your yard. Oof.
Gabby Quinn with a home run swing there, but swings through the first pitch offering.
Yeah, I like the swing by Quinn there. Not afraid.
Gabby Quinn leads the team with 5 doubles so far on the year.
Gabby, number 1. We're number 24.
Called strike 2 on the inside corner. Quinn and Fry, the 2 sophomores, were the heroes in the state championship. Fry in the circle and Quinn with a long bomb, but this one's going to go in foul territory. Not quite the shot that she had out there at Beard Field.
I love Gabby's aggressiveness at the plate, and it's not, she doesn't take lazy swings. They're not ill-advised swings. She's a very, methodical batter.
Just missing inside here. Kissick thought she had strikeout number 9, but didn't miss by much.
She did. She wanted that one, and that was about as close as it came all day.
That one just tailed in slightly too much. Now the 1-2 to Quinn. Way upstairs. And now it'll be Grace Kissick who goes and does the stare out to center field, regather herself before this 2-2 pitch.
I swear, though, hers is more of a pleasant stare. I think Abby Fry, like the sign's going to burn down if she gives any more of a glare.
Called strike 3, got it that time. Back-to-back Ks.
That's really tough on Gabby Quinn there because it was almost the same exact pitch. And I think the one before that got called, I think she thought she had it that time. And, a little bit of talk there from the Neshannock coach and the umpire back and forth about whether that was a strike or a ball there.
I think Coach Nogate third saying the same thing.
Yeah.
As long as it's consistent, you don't care what the strike zone is. Just as long as it is being consistently enforced throughout the course of the game, as this first pitch misses upstairs to Parad.
It is, James said, unfortunately, and it's not like us. We didn't capture the name of the umpire, but he said, what do you want me to do? It's a good pitch. That's a great response.
That's a great answer.
Hey.
And we can see up here just the amount of motion on these pitches from Kissick moving inside against the right-handed batters has been really, really fun to watch.
Sometimes where my eyes feel me, my ears don't, James. So always like to pick up an umpire's word.
A bunch of friends of the network with the umpires in the area. We thank them for all the support they give us and some rules interpretations and such over the course of the year. We may have our first. Well, still waiting on some final scores. We'll get you a couple Crane Room score updates here coming up in a moment.
Had lunch at the Crane Room today. Phenomenal meal as always.
Ground ball will go fouled on the third base line. 2-2 to count. What'd you have?
I had the fried chicken, the blackened salad. It was phenomenal. Chicken salad, phenomenal salad. And, Greg and his team, Greg Mieselet, puts together a great menu. It's always good food there. It's really, for my mind, one of the best places to eat in all of Western PA. Good food always.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one misses up and in. Count will run full to Parad as we have pitch number 98 coming here from Kissick.
Greg will come over, and if he and I start talking baseball and softball, we're there forever.
Payoff pitch. Downstairs, 2-out walk drawn by Parad. We'll have another courtesy runner out there. Only the 4th walk issued today by Kissick in relief. It'll be, again, Ragone as your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. While we have a moment, remind you that we'll have select images of today's game, courtesy of Something for Your Wall Photography. Make sure you check out all of her great moments, captured moments on Facebook. Search Something for Your Wall. And remember, collages make great graduation gifts for your athlete and family members.
They really do. You know how many freshman dorms I've seen when they have that just plastered everywhere.
Oh, first pitch swing is Giordano to the right side. Good play coming from first base by Addie Deal to get the grounder on the high hop. Gets the 3 unassisted putout to end the inning. 1 runner left on base. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We've played 5 complete. Neshannock holding a 6-1 lead here on Lawrence County SportsNet.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
To the top of the 6th inning. It feels like our 7th inning stretch as we take a chance to stand up here.
7th inning stretch.
I guess it's the end of the 5th inning stretch here from Neshannock High School. Let's get a couple of Crane Room score updates. Make sure you call ahead and reserve your seat for after the game, or you can place a order for takeout or curbside pickup. Dinner, some great homemade desserts. How about a crowler to go? That's at 724-656-1553. The couple of scores we have, how about Mohawk leading Central Valley 4-3 in the 6th inning in softball. That's a big one for the Warriors in Class 3A. And we got 2 finals already in. Newcastle defeated in their game against South Fayette 8-2 the final there, and Union gets their senior day victory 15-0 in 3 innings over the Carlinton Cougars. Again, shout out to Ella Castellander and Maddie Mangelli, the 2 seniors on that Union squad, and they, like Laurel, have a freshman in the leadoff spot in on that team. It's again impressive to see freshmen getting involved at such a high level early on, and we're seeing, I think, more and more of that in the last few years, Aaron.
I agree, and I think it's just going away from the old. Well, it's got to be seniors and juniors. The freshmen and sophomore. Hey, if they have the talent and the athleticism to play, let them play.
As we go from freshman talk to senior talk, and that's with Abby Miles.
Yeah.
Had her 9th RBI of the year, had the 2 RBI double the first time these 2 teams played, and it was in the 6th and 7th inning that Laurel started to get something going the first time against Addie Fry 3 weeks ago. Can she do it again here? This one's lifted towards right field, but coming in on the run is Kat Nativio. Flying in, got the beat on it, and got the first out of the inning.
Well, that's the thing there, too, and that's coaching to me and instinct. Nativio just on her feet all right away, on the balls her feet. She's going right at that ball. She had to beat on it the whole way. That wasn't dropping. I mean, unless it actually rolled out of her glove. Just tremendous. We've seen 2 great defensive plays in the outfield by Neshannock here, back-to-back innings, James.
4 hits for
Very nice play.
Yeah, 4 hits for Laurel, 3 hits for Neshannock, but it's a 6-1 advantage for the Lancers here on their home turf. And again, this would be the 2nd full year with the turf.
Yeah, Kat Nativia with a cat-like reflex out there. Great job.
Nativia, one of the 3 juniors in this starting lineup. This one roped to the left center gap by Grace Zeppelin. She's going to round first and head into second base with a stand-up double.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great shot by Zeppelin.
No lead in that, Zeppelin.
Yep. Well, this could be one of those things that when the levee breaks, it better break now for Laurel. This may be their chance to the second runner up here in second base. And once again, that's four innings in a row now where a Laurel runner has reached second base.
5th straight inning with a hit, but it's been 1 hit in each of those innings for the Spartans. Can they string 2 together as Hayden Seifert, another one of those freshmen, she's got 14 RBI on the year. This is the time to cash in as only 5 outs remaining in regulation for Laurel.
Seifert can put some good wood on this.
And she does put good metal on it past the diving effort of Erilyn Nogue, throwing to third base.
Good throw.
Ooh, it was a bang play.
Oh, my.
Zeppelin sliding in there safely. Runners on the corners after, there it is, finally the first multi-hit inning for Laurel.
I thought Zeppelin was going to get trampled underfoot there, but she did not. I mean, that was just a heads-up play. But what a great throw from the outfield. That was just tremendous. And Zeppelin's kind of crouched over here a little bit, catching wind here. A little bit of a smirk.
And make sure
she's okay.
She is all right.
Yeah, umpire asked her if she's okay. It's always good ump.
And a little meeting at the mound from the Neshannock defense.
Well, and this is kind of where Neshannock gets good, does it not? Because Laurel has been in this position now almost every inning in the last half of the game here, and yet they haven't been able to produce anything to show for it. And that's what Coach Duddy is going to point to if this game ends the way it is guys, we left a lot of runners out there.
Now, Eva Kuth, can she cash in with a Toshiba RBI. Give a shout out to Dale, 412-290-2156. Give him a call for all of your print output devices and digital workflow solutions, or you can visit business.toshiba.com and click Find a Dealer near you.
Well, I tell you, Kuth would like to have that pitch back because I don't know if she just kind of came off the wrong side of her right foot there, James, but that was not a great pitch on the outside, and she really, she would have had to bat out in front of it. That's going into the gap. Wow.
The 0-1 misses outside, and Neshannock thought they were going to have a running situation with Seifert going to second base, seeing if maybe Seifert will be in motion. Stolen bases today brought to you by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, keeping you moving on the base pass.
Kuth's the opposite of Deal. She's like the prototypical in the box. Perfect stance.
1-1, swung on and missed.
You know, Abby Fry.
Check that. This is a pinch hitter. Excuse me. I didn't notice that with the ponytail. This is Georgia Jellyman as the pinch hitter right now. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Georgia Jellyman now facing a 1-2 count.
Looking to jam this pitch.
Jellyman also with 4 ribbies on the season, but she swings through the 1-2 pitch for the second out of the inning.
You know, Fry's almost wicked with what she does, James. I swear the first 2 pitches, she was looking for what you're going to swing at. And she just went to the right side of the corner there every time. And Jellyman went for it every time.
That'll bring up now Ivy Pancher.
Well hit ball last time she was up, but great defensive play. But Pancher's due.
Strikeout in that fly ball to the warning track in center field in her 2 plate appearances today. Swings through the first pitch here for strike 1.
Plus, I got to get a love of the ginger hairs going. The ginger hairs up here calling. So
let the red hair flow out of the helmet.
Let the ginger flow a little bit, but
downstairs evens the count at 1-1.
You know, James, and I tell you, now the flags are coming in. The wind's picking up, and now they're pointing in at us, James. It's kind of directed.
It's kind of swirling a bit. Yeah. Well, we do have storms that are anticipated to make here in about an hour, close to 7 o'clock, and that's why we got a little bit of cool down here as this is fouled back to our cameras. 1-2 the count.
Pancher reminds me of our friend Kat Nativo. Very aggressive batter. Doesn't watch a lot of pitches go through.
Now with a 1-2 count. Fry off speed, just misses inside count. 2-2 here. I thought you were going to make the reference to our friend Ginger Mamba from up north.
Oh, the Ginger Mamba. Boy, I don't know. She should try softball. She is just all over the place.
2 balls, 2 strikes, but the runners on the corner. Zeppelin at third, Seifert at first. The 2-2 coming.
Ivy showed great eye there last pitch.
And this one, she gets it fisted towards third. Quinn comes up with it across the diamond to again leave 2 runners stranded on the bags for the 4th straight inning, Darren, that there are 2 runners left on base for Laurel with no runs across.
And 2 out of those 4, James, they were scoring run on the third base there. So, and boy, Ivy Pancher has left it all out there. She has made contact every time, just hasn't been able to buy one to drop anywhere. So hats off to Ivy on a great bat, but, I mean, again, Fry with just tremendous pitching.
To the bottom of the 6th we go here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Coaches, success in the spring on the diamond begins all the way back in the fall. Get your team ready for the spring sports season by joining the Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League. For nearly 2 decades, the WPFBL has hosted some of the top teams in the WPIAL and beyond to hone their skills in a competitive yet developmental environment. Over 60 teams compete in the 6-week fall season, which features Saturday doubleheader games in your region, followed by the playoffs for just $250 plus umpire fees. Coaches can choose to play based on a geographic location and school size, can choose to compete in the varsity division, and to get accustomed to 60-90 baseball in the JV division. For more information or to sign up for the WPFBL, call League President Brian Zarenza or visit WPFBL.totalcamps.com.
Well, Laurel will have the top of the order up in the 7th inning for their final chance, but to the bottom of the 6th we go first with Malaysia Nativio and Erilyn Nogue, the 8-9-1 hitters for the Neshannock Lancers. Scored 5 in the first, 1 in the third, but they've had goose eggs in the other 3 innings.
Well, you're right, James. You got the Al Roker hat on today. That weather's not as far off as you're thinking. It's less than an hour away, so it's going to be here rather quickly.
Yep, storms already hitting Mercer County, and now we have a a delay, as I think we're actually going to have a pinch hitter coming in for Neshannock to lead off this inning. It's going to be Alina Frengel who's going to lead off as the pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 6th.
You know, and you got to give Fry credit on one other thing, too. You know, when you're a pitcher, like I told you in the beginning of the game, it's like having a quarterback. I mean, sometimes it can get in your head. You just don't know what it could throw you off. And Fry's had to deal with a little bit of everything today. She's had some great defensive fielding, and then she's had some miscues, too. You know, the unfortunate error with Erilyn there at shortstop earlier, and then another one got by. I realized that, okay, I got a little bit of a mixed bag here. I've got some great defense in the outfield. I've had a little bit of missteps in the infield. I just got to do my job and get it across the plate.
By the way, Georgia Jellyman remains in center field. She was the pinch hitter for Eva Kuth in that last inning, and now she will stay out as the center fielder for the Spartans. Again, it's Alina Frengel as the pinch hitter. We also have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle as this one's going to come inside, and it hit her.
Yeah, she released that one at her hip there, James, instead out in front. And when you do that in softball, a lot of times it's just like a knuckleball. You don't know where that's going. I don't know if that slipped out of her hand. That's the first pitch we've seen her do that all night.
And now we're going to have pinch hitter in the 9 spot as well in Abigail Measle, number 4, doing the batting.
Abigail Measle also, I believe, a pitcher for Neshannock too, James.
Yeah, so he's going to touch on that here in a second. But she squares the bunt, and
what's she doing?
What's the call? Did it hit
here.
her as well? It did not hit the bat.
Okay. I'll be darned. Okay, interesting. Wow.
Yeah, that one was tougher to see of what exactly had happened, but she pulled back, and then it spun. It looked like it was going into fair territory there, Darren.
It did, and I thought she squared away perfectly.
Mentioned Measle. She was the starter most of the year as the freshman, and before Addie Fry came in a year behind her. Now a junior is Abigail Measle, and she stands at first base. First pitch to Erilyn Nogue is ball 1, but the big part of it in talking to all the coaches across the county is, you can have the best pitcher in the world, but when they're throwing every single inning of every single day, by the end of the year, there was a pitcher for Union a few years ago who had 6 good pitches at the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year had only 1 that she could throw for a strike.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we just reviewed that with our league, a couple, Little League Baseball, so now governing part of softball. They've really cracked down on some of the pitchings that you can throw.
2-0 again outside, now 3-0 the count.
Little League this year, they knocked it back to 52. You can't go any more than, really 75 for the week. So it's
good. And I mean, pitching in softball obviously not nearly as much of an issue in terms of that pitch count.
Mm-hmm.
As this one's in there for a 3-1 count now to Erilyn Nogue. But, look at Union, for example. They had 3 straight games of a no-hitter by 3 different pitchers in 1A softball. That's incredible.
That is really incredible. I think Nogue's kind of got a little bit of a desire to have some revenge here, too.
She squares and pulls back, and she'll get on base for the 3rd time today, but all 3 times via the walk.
Well, she's been very disciplined at the plate. I mean, great eye on that one. I was coming in high. And I'm not so sure that
Well, we're going to have a Pontius Insurance trip to the mound, that's for sure here. Give a shout-out to our friends Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, and Tracy Giddings. Give them a call today and get started. We'll get the best rates and customer service for your home, auto, business, or life insurance with a local agent at Pontius Insurance. Mind you, coming up after the game, we will have our LCAP Player of the Game Award. So many great ways LCAP improving the quality of life in Lawrence County. Our powering sponsor, they power also the Head Start and Pre-K Counts programs, the SNAP program, the Lawrence County Social Services with Supplemental Nutrition Assistance programs, the AXE buses, the Learning Tree Child Care Center, so many great programs. Think Lawrence County Social Services plus just about everything else that you could possibly think of. Great, great programs. Can't thank everything that LCAP has done. And we're just one of those programs. SportsNet, one of the programs with the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership.
Jordan Nogue at the plate now for Neshannock. Looking at driving some runs. Neshannock really had one active first inning, and they've only had 1 run since the first inning, James.
And that was on a solo home run by Hunter Newman. First pitch strike to Jaden Nogue. She's got 2 walks, scored a run. She has 13 RBI. Can she get a few more here today? And she drives this one to the right center gap, and it's going to fall in. 1 run will score. She's chasing her sister, rounding second, and she's got to hustle back to second because sister wasn't fast enough.
No, she wasn't, and she's kind of loving her habit too. That was great.
2-run double from Jaden Nogue puts runners in scoring position, scores Frangel from third and Measle from second. And all of a sudden, busted open. It's now an 8-1 advantage. And that is the first hit for Neshannock since that Hunter Newman home run. How about that?
We just got done saying, I mean, there really hasn't been a lot of offensive production, and then, well, boom, prove me wrong.
So here's the difference. Neshannock, when they've gotten runners on base, Darren, they have cashed in with the hits at the opportune times. They're being out-hit 6-4 right now, but that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I mean, one of those issues, James, where right now you're reading 8-1. It almost wasn't an 8-1 game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it was, except for that first inning.
1-1 the count here to Addie Fry. 1 for 3. She had the moonshot in the first inning, the 3-run home run. It really kick-started this game. This one rides in 2-1 now the count. It's Kissick well over 100 pitches now. Coach Don Nogue at third giving the signal in for Addie Fry.
If anyone's tuned in and we're singing Kissick's praises, and you're thinking, well, it's 8-1. Well, I mean, she's responsible for 3, but she's been just tremendous the whole game here.
And now responsible for 5 total.
I was going to say, is it 5 total now? Yeah, it would be. I'm sorry.
Three before that swing. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch to Fry. Check swing, and it's going to be to Kissick. Good job to look the runner back and get the out.
That's good. You can't always coach that. That's instinct. She looked her back, and yeah. Now you got a little bit of a situation. You got a big hitter here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he had one there in Fry, too. You wondered with the open base might they choose to do that, but this is technically the winning run that's at the plate here still. Hunter Newman's already sent 1 yard. She checks her swing, think got fooled maybe on an off-speed pitch there from Kissick.
Yeah.
Grace has just been phenomenal. You're absolutely right. The numbers don't do it justice of what she's done here in relief. I mean, she's got 9 strikeouts.
Ooh.
Gets Newman to...
Maybe on her way to double digits, James.
Fry on the other side also has 10.
And that was one of those, God, I wanted it swings. I mean, she really was swinging for that one there.
Here's the 0-2 to Newman. She checks her swing there. It's a pass ball, and that's going to allow Nogue to score from third base.
Yeah. Yep. Only thing I'd say there, that pass ball, Kissick's got to be a little quicker off the bag to get the cover home. Because we didn't even really see Brula come back out, so she's probably looking for a little help there for coverage and wasn't there.
1 ball, 2 strike now to Hunter Newman. And that one, a wild pitch, no question about it.
A little bit quicker that time, but
it doesn't matter with the speed of the Nogues. Back-to-back pass balls allow first Erilyn and now Jaden to score.
Yeah, and this is where you see now it's kind of it's getting away from it a little bit. We haven't seen Kissick have back-to-back pass balls like that yet, and there you have it.
On pitch number 118 is the official tally we're getting. And all of a sudden it's a 4-run 6th inning, 4 runs on just 1 hit. It feels like a repeat of the first inning, doesn't it, Darren?
It does. Hats off to Neshannock, though. I mean, man, they are just warriors out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes here with 1 down. Newman drives this one into right center field, and it will fall in front of Jellyman for the single.
You almost kind of figured she was going to do that. Oh, she points to the sky. Yeah, she wanted that.
Newman on base for the 3rd time here today. And how about this? Didn't get a chance to mention it earlier. That home run she had, that was only her 2nd extra base hit of the season.
That's almost unbelievable. But, yeah.
Considering the slugging percentage she had last year, it is very unbelievable.
Yeah, and I tell you, for as good as Kissick's pitch, I don't think I've seen a Neshannock player come up that had a bad at-bat.
No.
And it's just, I mean, when you have that many players that are so disciplined and somewhat of a mix of discipline and aggressive, it's really tough to get through it.
This one popped back.
Brula may have this.
And she's going to go for the basket catch, and that one just came back a little bit more than she thought it was going to. Unfortunate for Brua.
Here's my lesson to catchers, and how I coach it. When it's up there, you never need to turn your glove under. Always keep your glove up At the very end, she did what you'll see in Little League and sometimes younger. You turn your glove under, and all of a sudden, the advantage is now in the flight of the ball. You got to keep that glove elevated and up above you, all times.
This one rides in, 2-1 to count to Gabby Quinn. And again, Hunter Newman at first base represents the game-ending run.
But, man, she tracked that ball down like a bloodhound. She had it. She had the glove up. She was perfect position.
2 ball, 1 strike to count here to Quinn. She drives it down the left field line, but foul. Count now 2-2.
Still, I tell you, I would take Miss Brullo to any of my coaching sessions because she has been lights out outstanding tonight. I mean, looking forward to watching her in the coming years. Because she's, what, a sophomore?
She is a junior.
Oh, she's a junior, okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. Again, rides inside, and maybe again another.
She does a split.
Yeah, not sure again. Maybe that was a little miscommunication with the risk coach. Is tough to do unless you just hear and look at the wrong number. How do you feel about those risk coaches, by the way?
I'm okay with them to a point. I think a lot of times it takes away from the genuine part of the game. Sometimes it takes away from instinct.
Another one, roped foul down the third baseline.
A catcher, James, a catcher kind of wants something fed into them, get ready for the play, and go. They don't want to have to sit there and read a wristband for 5 seconds. I see it in quarterbacks. I see it with special teams. To me, with a catcher, man, give it to me so I know what's going on. I don't have time nor do I really want to take a long look at my wristband.
21 pitches, now 22 that Gabby Quinn has seen from Grace Kissick, and you kind of alluded to it there, Darren, in terms of good at-bats. That's kind of the key right there. When you see that many pitches against one arm, just wow.
Yeah, I mean, Kissick's had to earn it tonight to a point. I know it's 10-1, but
this one drilled again, but it's going to go foul. That one might reach Mr. Rob Nattell, our cameraman, standing at
it
the
might.
Look at that.
Hey, I was standing there just a week ago determining where some electronic boxes needed to go.
Great work from Rob Nattell. Great work from our producer, Mr. Aaron Vigiano. Again, great stuff from them.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, this is not easy. She has battled every pitch.
And draws the
Great
walk.
eye. Great eye. It's the Gabby and Gabby show now as we've got runners at first and second, folks, and here comes Gabby Parod. Catcher and catcher in the box here.
And the game.
Smacking those kids.
Yes, and I remember hearing at one of the state playoff games, the ones they had here, joking about, hey, go easy on that bat, please.
Yes.
We all need to use it. But Parod looking to use that bat because a base hit would be RBI number 12 on the year and would also end this game. Only 4 hits for Neshannock, but they've come at the right time.
Oh.
This one popped up in foul territory. Bruja battling the fence again and makes
There
a
we
wonderful
go.
catch yet again.
Now, again,
There
what
it
am I
is.
telling about? This is what I talk about. You keep that glove up and elevated to where she did there. And beautiful catch by Brula. She called off the third baseman, too.
Yeah, how often do you see a catcher call off any of the other field positions?
Man, I tell you, I'm going to have to get her email or something and ask parents permission if I can take her into drills next spring. That was phenomenal.
I mentioned it earlier, just the most improved player on this Laurel squad is what we keep on hearing, and that is proof of it right there as Giordano tries to check her swing and does. 1-0 the count as it's another inning of sending 9 to the plate for Neshannock. Fouled back again to the screen.
Little combination there. Giordano kind of keeping that bat a little elevated that time, James. When you don't drop the bat in the zone, you're going to foul it off in strange ways like that. You got to level it out just a little bit. And she's got that stance that kind of keeps that bat through. She's just got to drop it. There it is.
She drops down for that one, and this is going to be a tough one. Trying to go over the shoulder. A barehanded catch made by Grace Zeppelin.
My goodness.
She lost the hat and the face shield. The ball was kind of behind her, and she made a barehanded catch. What an incredible play.
She did, and in the evening with rain on the way, she did a great job there, Miss Zeppelin did in the evening with that catch.
To the top of the 7th, last chance for Laurel. They have a mountain to climb. See if they can chip away. Down 10-1 here at lcsportsnet.com. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Top of the order, duel. It's a 10-1 deficit right now for the Laurel Spartans here against Neshannock and the top two teams in the district. And Neshannock has gotten the clutch hits. That's been the really the story of the day here, Darren.
They really have, and you know when you need them, and I think it's that batting. It's a mix of aggressive and a patience at the plate, and they just executed so very well. Fry looking for the complete game here.
And first pitch swinging and getting the leadoff single on the play is Macy Lang. So leadoff batter, fourth time through the lineup, finally able to get on base.
Here comes Miss Deal. Let's see where her right foot goes. Because she smoked one the last time up, James. And, you know, I mean, it's 10-1, but, you know, anything can happen. That's why we love the game.
It's why we play the game. It's why you have to play all 7 innings. No time limit in softball. That's the beauty of it. Addie Deal awaits. First pitch gets away, and the pass ball will allow Lang to get down to second base. Now, it doesn't matter too much, but at least it does get rid of the force play potential. I mean, Laurel needs a bunch of runs, so you can't do anything silly on the base paths right now if you're the Spartans.
No, you can't. You got to run smart here. Everything here has to be done just with absolute perfection, in all honesty. Half that foot's outside the box.
Fouled back towards the baseball field. Count even at 1-1. And one thing that she does a good job of, though, when she when she does that, is she makes sure it is just her toe that is down, so that you can say, yes, she is technically in the box.
She is. She does a great job with her footwork.
Outside, another one that's going to get away. We'll call this one a wild pitch.
Oh, I thought she was going to.
Well, if it's a 3-1 or a 2-1 game, I bet she is going all the way around.
I bet she is going. I agree.
Now Macy Lang.
Fry was a good position there, though, James. If you look at the replay, she's already almost at the baseline. I mean, she was where she needed to be. Good reaction by Fry there.
Addie Deal 2 for 3, 6 RBI on the season. 2 for 3 today. This one popped up towards the fence. Parad's not going to be able to get down to it. Kind of spun the tires there as she was going back for the ball.
A little bit, and that's where just a little bit of difference, and not saying one's better than the other, but Brula just so proficient at getting that mask off and back. And people forget with a catcher, you take if you're sitting at home doing this right now, put your hand to your face at all, your eyes are going to blink. You ought to remember, when a catcher takes their helmet off, their eyes they lose the ball for a millisecond. It takes a good concentration to track that ball back down.
And nothing against Parad, because that would have been a web gem and a half if she could have gotten to that one.
It would have.
Deal again fouls one back to the screen.
Like you said, I think she almost kind of broke a wheel there. Her left foot kind of kicked out, and I'm not saying she slipped, but just had trouble getting over to it.
I mean, you have to make at least one racing reference. I mean, they're testing at IMS today.
They are.
They had to deal with the storms that we're about to get here in the next probably 30 minutes of time. Another foul ball back to the screen.
Not as bad as the truck series, just with dry tracks going out with rain tires. I mean, you look like you don't know what you're doing. I mean, I don't know who made that call, but sometimes NASCAR makes me shake my head. And I love it so, but my gosh.
Here's the 2-2.
Oh.
Now off speed. Good job from Deal to slow the bat speed down and foul it down the first baseline.
It really was, because she took off on that pitch. She was ready, and it kind of came there inside. You saw her. She almost kind of adjusted her bat, but just a little bit too late.
First baseman Chris Lombardo. I don't know. He's laughing about it now. I'd be a little bit more scared down there. He didn't budge as it went flying by his ear.
No.
Joking with one of the Neshannock coaches in the dugout. On the 2-2, swung on and missed. The difference there on strikeout number 11 is that off-speed pitch was outside rather than in.
And I told you, I think that's what she has done so well all day, when she sees someone kind of go aggressive for it, she paints the opposite corner. And, boy, she caught Deal swinging on that one. What a pitch. We have Newcastle and Neshannock getting ready for the JV game after, and I don't think it's going to happen, folks, with the weather.
First pitch swinging is Autumn Boyd, 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 5th inning.
Barad was ready on that one. She came up very aggressive, like the tomahawk chopped that ball out there.
You can tell when a catcher gets frustrated by something happening because they about take your pitcher's head off on the throw back. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner for strike 2. Yeah, we saw that with the Wilmington catcher, her name eluding me right now. I was fearing for Ava Williamson's life for a couple times on the throws back to the mound.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes, excuse me, as it's fouled back to the screen. Fry now over 100 pitches, looking to complete the complete game. A shout out to everybody watching, whether you're on Game Changer. We appreciate the Neshannock coaching staff and fans running the Game Changer account to allow us to provide our audio coverage, whether you're watching on Facebook as well. As that one just destroyed the Game Changer camera right on cue. How about that?
Yeah. I almost can guarantee she's going to come inside on this one because she got her to paint the center, and it's just what every pitch she's thrown has been like this. Fry's going to come on the inside corner here.
So now let's see if we can go a little radio-style broadcast with the camera being all askew. Here's the 0-2. Misses
outside
high and
corner.
away.
Yeah, misses high and away. Prove me wrong on that one.
Well, guess what? Maybe they thought that Miss Autumn Boyd was thinking what you were thinking, that it would be up and in. Kind of change it up.
She may have been.
So 1-2 the count as Fry checks the wrist.
Boyd reached last time up. See if she can make back-to-back.
She does. Rope one right back through the box for a 1-out single and an RBI single. A Toshiba RBI. Make sure you give Dale a call again at 412-290-2156 for all of your print, output, device, and digital workflow solutions.
You give it to Boyd. I mean, she's hung in there. I don't know. Like you said, we'll find out later if it was an apparent injury, a harsh injury. We don't know. Forced her out earlier in the first, but she's battled back these last 2 innings with great at-bats.
And we have a pinch hitter coming in your cleanup spot. And this is going to be Hannah Donaldson, the senior pinch hitter.
Donaldson donning the Roberto Clemente, number 21 there. These fantastic Laurel uniforms.
And if I got this correct, this is Donaldson's first plate appearance of the year. She lays down a beautiful bunt to first base. Newman, though, able to get the throw to first base with Giordano covering. So sacrifice on the play, sacrifice 3-4, moves Boyd to second. And now down to their final out are the Spartans, trailing 10-2.
One of those things where you put a player in that position that doesn't know it really any better and just – she laid down – that was the best laid down bunt of the game.
It was.
That was fantastic.
Let's see if we have a chance as Abby Miles swings. Have a story of one of the games we saw yesterday in action. Miles swings and misses. Union against Rochester. Coach was upset with how they bunted in the last couple of games. So guess what they did? He said all 9 of you have to bunt and get a bunt down before you're allowed to swing.
Unbelievable.
All 9 did.
That's great.
And it wasn't until the 9 hitter that one of the bunts was an out.
Oh, wow.
There was one fielder's choice out at home plate. I apologize. But then the 9 batter was caught out. Here's a pop fly behind the pitcher's mound, caught by Erilyn Nogue. F6 to retire Miles for the final out of the inning and of the game.
Erilyn Nogue just had a great read on that the whole way, folks. Great job by Nogue there.
And that will bring our game tonight to a conclusion. 10-2 your final. Neshannock remains undefeated now with 35 straight wins. Going back to last year, we'll recap it all when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
That was awesome.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medor Bonner Law. a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
No two companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. It's our Tri-County Principals Game Show here. Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. Exactly 2 hours of play. Neshannock with a 10-2 victory over the Laurel Spartans. We'll recap it here alongside Darren Steele. I'm James. Let's go through the recap real quick here. It was a 5-run first for Neshannock. Walks from Erilyn and Jaden Nogue, and then Addie Fry, the first pitch that she sees is a 3-run moonshot to left field, 3-0, and just like that, they make the switch. Autumn Boyd out, Grace Kissick in. More on that in a moment. 2 more runs as Newman and Quinn, the first batters that Kissick faced, reached base on a walk and a hit batsman. Parad with a RBI double, and Ali Giordano with a RBI groundout made it 5 runs on 2 hits in that first inning. In the top of the second, a 1-out solo shot to center field by Abby Miles made it 5-1. Hunter Newman would respond in the bottom of the third with a solo shot of her own. But the story of the game in that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, Laurel getting 2 runners on base in each of those innings, but unable to get any runs across. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Neshannock with the exclamation point, leading 6-1 and then make it 10-1. Pinch hitters Alina Frengel and Abigail Measle both hit by pitches. Erilyn Nogue walks to load the bases. Jaden Nogue with a 2 RBI single. Both Erilyn and Jaden score on wild pitches to make the score 10-1. Laurel able to get one back in the top of the 7th inning on an Autumn Boyd RBI single that scored Macy Lang on the play. But then Abby Miles popped out to end the contest. 10-2, your final score here. Darren, just talk us through this game. Laurel out hit Neshannock 8-5.
They did, and it's. I know it's strange. I said this to you during the broadcast. It was a 10-2 game, and it didn't feel like it. That first inning, Neshannock just exploded off of some unfortunately rough pitching there from Laurel, and got ahead and really never really had to look back because the pitching from Fry was just so great. And Laurel, really put it to the test. They They left a lot of people on base, though, James. I mean, they went, I believe, 5 straight innings, leaving 1 or more runners on base.
And 4 in a row with 2, you're right.
4 in a row with 2, and 3 out of those 2 with a runner in scoring position at third. So, you know, you got to give credit to the Neshannock defense, kind of keeping things in check, even despite a few errors. And you got to really give credit to some great and excellent pitching by what I would say is our player of the game, Miss Fry.
Yeah, we'll call that a little spoiler
alert there. But, you know, I mean, this game had a little bit of everything, did it not? I mean, some great defensive plays, some great hitting, and great pitching. I mean, you're going to say, well, Darren, how could it be great pitching? It was 10-2. Kissick was fantastic. There were times where I think, you know, she got behind the count, and, you know, Neshannock made her pay. And great base running by Neshannock, no mistakes there today. And it all came together. Neshannock just played a more complete game out of the 2 is what it was, James. And, you know, you have to wonder if Kissick would have started this game. This could have been a very, very close game like it was in that 6-5 thriller you had just not so long ago. So
yeah.
Neshannock just played a more complete game tonight, and that's what it's at. If Laurel wants to get to that next level or knock them off in the upcoming, and I would assume at this point, probably not to the playoffs.
Yes, not until the playoffs.
If they get into the playoffs, Laurel's got to play a complete game. You can't have this many people stranded on bases, and you got to have pitching from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and that was the difference.
Laurel had 6 errors the first time they played against Neshannock, and that led to 5 unearned runs. They did fix that up today, but here's the number that's going to haunt them for sure. 8 walks and 3 hit batsmen in total. Kissick did have 9 strikeouts for the second straight game against Neshannock, coming in relief in both of those games. However, the issue was a few too many free passes that Neshannock took advantage of. That's the key right there, Darren. They took advantage of those opportunities.
They really did. And, you know, Neshannock smart baseball or smart softball here, whatever. And you have a 10-2 result. And it's tough with baseball. You know, I swear in a lot of other sports, if you have a mess up earlier, there seems to be a recovery time. Baseball, softball, it's just a different story. If you get off to a great start in the first inning and a big lead, if you have great pitching, it's really hard to reel it back in. And Laurel did their best tonight. They got players on base, but they just couldn't get them across home plate.
Yeah, most hits, I believe, and most runners on base that you've seen given up, really, by Addie Fry in the last 2 years, but just couldn't string them together quite enough. We're going to step aside one last final time. We'll come back, and we have a couple of post-game awards to give out when we return. 10-2 your final here from Neshannock High School here at lcsportsnet.com.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. With smarter printing, you are unleashed. The office is wherever you are, and Toshiba makes it seamless to print whatever, wherever, and whenever. Our mobile printing applications allow you to print or scan to both Toshiba and third-party MFPs right from your mobile device. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Best seat in the house is on HSSN.
Back one final time here from Neshannock High School with a 10-2 Neshannock victory, now 9-0 on the year, and a 35-game winning streak. And real quick, Darren, just talk about that. 7 more, and you're matching what Beaver has done the last 2 years.
You are, and I think it's the closer you get to it, the harder it is to break a record. But, man, they did it in convincing fashion tonight. There's just no way around that. As well as Laurel played, and some statistics where they actually beat Neshannock in. At the end of the day, Neshannock comes home the victors 10-2, and it's within reach.
10-2, but it all came down to the pitching in the key situations. A clutch hit early. Miss Do-It-All is Miss Addie Fry. Ends up, let's get her final stat total real quick. With that 3-run home run earlier, she had 7 innings, complete game pitched, 2 runs, 1 of which were earned, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. There's your LCAP player of the game.
Yeah, and with that as the LCAP player of the game, the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is proud to present the Player of the Game Award to Addie Fry of Neshannock High School. And the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor this and her contributions for tonight's game against Laurel. She will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's Player of the Game. To view the full list of this year's Players of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations to Addie for being named tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, changing lives.
Yeah, led with a 3 RBI. Hunter Newman was on base 3 times. She had a solo home run. Jaden Nogue on base 3 times with 2 RBI. Erla Nogue on base 3 times as well to lead the offensive numbers for Neshannock. On the other side, multi-hit game for Addie Deal. She was 2 for 4. Autumn Boyd on base in her last 2 at-bats as well. And again, they had 6 different players get a hit, but very few times were they able to get back-to-back hits. In fact, it only happened in the 6th and the 7th inning. A little, too late. Saw some great defense. First off, give another tip of the cap to Miss Brewer behind the dish. She had a great catch early in the game. That was a nominee for us.
I got to tell you, James, I caught for a lot of years. I teach it now, I coach baseball and have for a long time. She's quite possibly one of the best young catchers I've ever seen. I mean, she zeroes in on the ball. She gets her helmet off. Great presence. She did a lot of good job stopping some pass balls, and we saw her do some splits. I don't know if she plays hockey at all, but she might with that a bit athletic ability. But a catcher needs to be both athletic and smart, and she was both today. She was fantastic. But there was one play that triple-seated her great play, and that was
Miss Grace Zeppelin at the end of the 6th inning for Laurel with a over-the-shoulder catch. It literally saved the game. Game would have ended if that ball fell in. She reached back and ended up having to almost do a limbo backwards and literally caught it first with the bare hand to end that inning. So that's why Grace Zeppelin is our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game representative, and Grace Zeppelin will receive a customized T-shirt as well, courtesy of the Red Zone, in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game, and video of that game play may also be featured on the standout platform from the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can view the full list of plays of the game by going online to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game at the top. Congratulations, tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game to Grace Zeppelin of Laurel. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. So Laurel now at a 6-2 section mark, 8-2 overall. They will face Union as a new scheduled game, and Montauk as well coming up next week before they play Riverside on Wednesday, Freedom on Wednesday, and then Riverside on Thursday. That's the big one left, as Riverside right now actually ahead of Laurel now by a half game in section play. Neshannock on the other side, they will play Freedom on Monday, a doubleheader against Aliquippa on Wednesday, and then traveling to Shenango on Friday. Their last game against Riverside will be on May the 1st as they look to go and continue that undefeated streak.
That's a busy week there.
Now it is, but when the weather is good,
play ball.
You're going to play as much as you can. We've been next week won't be quite as bad as last Monday when it was snowing, but it is going to be a bit chillier next week.
I'll be in Miami for the week, so I'll be not privy to that weather for you, unfortunately.
Lucky you. Well, we're going to be right down the street here, basically about 350 feet to our left. We're going to be here at Mike Bubba Kirkwood Field for Neshannock and Shenango on Monday. And we're going to be at Chuck Tanner Field for Neshannock against Shenango Part 2 on Tuesday. We're going to do both ends of that doubleheader, Darren. It's those two teams, those two coaches and programs. How can you not get a chance to get them on the air back-to-back days?
I think I'm actually jealous of you. I wish I was in town to do those two games, especially Chuck Tanner.
No, it's a great time, and we thank Darren Steele for making the trek on down to check out some high school softball, and I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing more of Darren Steele here down the road. I hope, at least.
You will, and I thank you for bringing me on today. It was a great time at this amazing facility that, again, soon will be lit with Musco Sports Lighting here and the coming months. So thanks for the opportunity, James. I really enjoyed it. And fans, thank you for tuning in and listening to the broadcast today.
Live or archive, we appreciate it. We appreciate Aaron Vigiano, our producer, our cameraman, Rob Nattel. Stay tuned for some more baseball action next week. Neshannock and Shenango in a doubleheader. But here tonight, the Lady Lancers, 10-2 victors over the Laurel Spartans. For the entire LC Sportsnet crew, Darren Steele, my colleague, I'm James Dotson saying so long for now, and stay tuned for more action on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.